Una gran noticia que te alegrará la vida. Algo hermoso está por pasarte. La mayor...
No, I don't need any Japanese spoken. Good afternoon, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Woo, hot in off the road. Let's get this doggone thing started like we normally do, so that you all can hear and we can get right on into it. Yeah, buddy. Detained Americans is obviously very sensitive as well. Intelligence reports, intelligence of other countries. Because we got all kinds of stuff popping. We got intelligence situations, all kinds of stuff just going on. Because, hey, man, whenever the eye test comes on, there is no telling at all how we're going to run this thing. And yes, ladies and gentlemen, it is Wednesday night. Hopefully everyone had a good day today, had a good previous couple of days prior to this day. I see Winston is in. And I would like to welcome everybody to the eye test. Let me start pulling my panel in, pulling people in so that they can be in. Coach. That's you, Coach. Let me see what's going on here. Why I can't hear you. Hey, Coach, can you hear me? All right. He went off. Probably some signal issues down there in that part of Texas that he's in. He's been saying that every time he comes on, he has a few issues with the signal. He says StreamYard messed up for him. I wonder why his StreamYard messed up. Don't make no sense. But tonight, we got some subjects that we want to talk about and cover, and make sure that everyone did their homework and that they are able to discuss the subjects that we're going to discuss. We won't be on as long as we normally are tonight. I got some junk I got to do in the morning, so I at least want to spend a couple and a half hours with you so that we can talk about these subjects that have been burning a hole in our pocket for the past week. Got a little Falcons news, Falcon situations, and my partner there, that's Winston. What's going on, Winston?
What's happening? Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Hear you. Can't see you, but I can hear you.
I'm still up in the mountain.
Oh, you ain't trying to knock a mountain down, is you?
I'm trying to make all the money I can get.
Well, are you trying to make a mountain? Okay. Yeah. Hey, man, you ain't mad with you at all. Old Coach was trying to come in, but I think he still has some issues with StreamYard, he says. So. But
what's going on?
Yeah.
Yeah,
but we'll go ahead and I guess get started here, and hopefully Keely will come on in. I don't know whether he saw my invite or whatever, but he should be coming on in. Oh boy. The Cousins Chronicles. Lord have mercy.
That's your kinfolk, man.
Oh man, look, I'm telling you. I know you were against it, but did you envision this just continuing? I mean, if it ain't one thing, it's something else, just piling on.
Yeah, low key, cause like, hold on, cut this off. So low key, I sort of peeped it because I could see you getting the money, but then the actual language of the contract came out, and it was like, all right, well, he got a no trade clause. Why the hell he got a no trade clause? See what I'm saying? That when you give up that much power and control, you do that with a younger player that's still either they just they heading into their prime, or they're in the midst of their prime. You don't do that with an aging player that's coming off an Achilles injury. Now that makes absolutely no sense at all. Because if it doesn't work out, he still got you over a barrel. You can't move him. you can't move him until he say he ready to go. So only thing you can do, you play hardball back. Because what he's doing, the same way we keeping eyes on the situation, there are thousands, hundreds of other players that keeping eyes on the situation too. And if they all sitting there believe that, hey, well, I can go to Atlanta and I can just go collect a free check, then that's what they're gonna do. Like, man, Terry, man, good old Terry, good old Terry strikes again.
And at this time, I would like to welcome to the panel, the visual panel, LFA.
Yep.
What's going on, Keely?
Another day in paradise.
Yeah, especially Atlanta. Hey, man, bring on some. Bring on some. But, yeah, like I was asking Winston, this is the gift that keeps on giving. Kirk Cousins is the gift that keeps on giving. Now, not only did you go and meet with the owner and say, trade me. So I thought there was some immediacy that was required, or some, if not immediacy, a commitment to trying to help me out, Kirk Cousins. Owner said that we're going to do what's best for the team. But now you're coming and saying, I ain't leaving until after the draft.
Yeah, I said a long time ago that no trade clause is kicking Terry's ass. Yeah, and to be fair, these are just all kind of reports. But yeah, that no trade is kicking Terry's back end. And my whole thought is that it created a big cluster elf, because wherever he goes, they don't want to deal with that. I'm pretty sure whoever, wherever he plans on going, they don't want to deal with this mess either, because it can easily happen again.
Mm-hmm.
Which will be a deterrent from people. Like, so if I'm Cleveland, right? So like I was hearing the Steelers, and I'm hearing that they were looking at certain people late in the draft. And I can see how they would much rather deal with a rookie late in the first, like a Dart or one of these young guys, than sit here and try to deal with Kirk. And I think this is one of those situations that can it can be a ripple effect either way, because Kirk is not going to be the last client that agent has or works with. Like his agent isn't going to retire as soon as Kirk retires. He's going to keep getting new clients. I mean, if all the players see what kind of money Kirk is getting, I'm pretty sure everyone is not going to be. I think what is Fan First, and what's the other big agency? But I don't know. We'll see. I mean, because how you handle this situation, I mean, it's a relationship business, just like a lot of businesses. And how you handle this could cause a ripple effect down the road the next time, that agent has a premier client that the Falcons got their eye on. So we'll see. I think either way it go, I think Terry, unless he pulls off some type of miracle, he's already cemented, the unemployment.
Now, go ahead, Winston.
Oh no, I was about to say, like, that no trade clause that cooked him. That cooked him. Cause you gave yourself absolutely no out. You have no out. You can't move. You can't move Kirk unless Kirk want to go to wherever you're trying to move him to.
And
And
that goes back to when we were talking about right here. That stalemate. Because
what Terry has to do, Terry and Raheem, they got to put their foot down, and you move Kirk as all the way to the end of the bench. He become your emergency quarterback. Like Terry has to set a precedent right now. He has to. There's no getting around it. You have to set a precedent that, hey, look, this type of shit is not gonna fly here in Atlanta. It's not gonna fly because other players are sitting there watching it.
And that's where we agree to disagree, because
like
the same reason other players are watching, which is exactly why they might not put Atlanta at the top of their list in free agency if they find it to be a punitive action. And the next time that agent has a client, let's say it's free agency, and we want somebody that agent has, one of his clients, he's gonna be like, yeah, that's the same franchise that parked him at the end of the bench and didn't want to play ball with us.
And I'm cool with it, because I'd rather have a player that want to play and be in Atlanta than a player that's coming here trying to get a free check for a season.
But even if people come in not expecting a free check, the agent might have the mindset of just how you feel punitive, just how you felt punitive in parking Kirk at in the bench. I feel punitive in not allowing my clients to go to Atlanta, despite the fact that the players want to play in Atlanta, but that agent might steer his clients everywhere else.
And that's fine. If the player wants to come play in Atlanta, the player will come play in Atlanta. The agent don't make that decision. That's on the player. If he actually wants to be in
influence
Atlanta,
those decisions, though.
He can influence, but he don't have the final say on it.
I mean, we saw Freddie Freeman end up in LA when he wanted to be in Atlanta, all because of his agent.
And hey, now using that example, now Freddie Freeman should have took a 2x4. I mean, based on what we found out, because okay,
but that's what I'm saying. But didn't that happen?
Freddie
wanted to be in Atlanta, and he ended up in LA.
It definitely happened. And,
I would say this: every team is going to pay. Right? I promise you. I put it like this: like take Aaron Donald. If he ever hit free agency, Atlanta won't be the only franchise that was going to be offering him money.
Yeah,
Like,
I understand all that. That's not what I'm saying. I want a player that actually wants to be in Atlanta. Now, if your mind can get swayed from your agent when we're giving pretty much a similar offer that other teams are giving, I don't want you here in the first place.
well, I
I
do.
don't want you
If
here
you
in the
can
first
help
place.
us, if you can help us win,
No,
and come here and
that
help us win.
that no, because that's a bad mentality. Because that will be been doing. We've been sitting there bringing in players that we thought could help win, and we keep giving them these overgrowth salaries, and they're not doing nothing. I want a player that actually wants to be here and get the job done here. I don't want
But
you to be here just collecting the check.
regardless, if they want to be here or not want to be here, they still have to have talent. If they have talent, I want them here. Like I put it like this: Troy Anderson could want to be here as much as he wants to be, but he's still not going to be a factor because Troy Anderson just doesn't have the talent to be that factor. He could
I'm
want to be here all he wants.
I'm gonna tell you something that my grandparents told me. John, I know you heard. Keely, you probably heard it too. All money ain't good money. All
Yeah, I
money
heard
ain't
that
good
one.
money. See what I'm saying? So when
I
it
definitely
comes
heard
to
that one.
that, and it's the same thing about talent. Like, don't get me wrong. Like talent speaks for itself. Talent speaks for itself. Like if you going out there, you lighting it up. Talent speaks for itself. But all talent ain't good talent. Like look at Hassan Reddick. Hassan Reddick was lighting it up over in Philly. Went to the Jet. He wanted his money. What did he do? He sat out majority of the season. It's about. I'd rather you want to be here and gonna give me maximum effort than you're the stat leader and such and such and such, but you come here and throwing the hissy fit.
Well, I mean, I think in that we're dealing with outliers or the exception because these are professional athletes. So the greater portion of them, no matter where they end up or what the paycheck ends up being, they're still professionals. Like that's the greater portion. I would say 90% of them, no matter where they end up, no matter what the paycheck is, one, they're not trying to put bad tape out there, and they're still going to do their job regardless.
Now, let me say this. And back to my analogy, or well, back to your analogy, Keely, about Freddie Freeman. Now, if reports are to be believed, Freddie Freeman was lied to, or at least the information was withheld from Freddie Freeman. As
By
far
his agent.
by his agent. Now, he fired his agent, if I'm not mistaken, as soon as he found out about that. Did he or did he not?
I'm looking at it.
Because I think he fired his agent. But my thing is, firing would have been one of the things I would have done to the agent. Okay. Because see, you sitting up here, I need to be here with my people at the Braves, because just like I said at the time, when Freddie Freeman was thinking about leaving, there were reports about how he was a good locker room person, how he was a good go-between between the players and management, how he encouraged people. He was an Atlanta Brave, wanted to be here. And I made the statement at the time that if Ted Turner still owned the team, he would still be here. Freddie Freeman, there would be no way Freddie Freeman would have left Atlanta if Ted Turner owned the team. Okay, he would have paid whatever, done whatever, talked to him, done like Arthur Blank, invited him out to the yacht for dinner or whatever, and he would have been here. And he would possibly, I would say possibly, he could have ended up as the next Atlanta Braves manager. But because of what his agent did to him, he didn't. And I remember that man, he was boo-hooing about, I think, at the ring ceremony. you know, because he really wanted to be here. Agents, and you know, I'm coming to this particular part about that. Kirk Cousins, if I'm looking at this thing on balance, and the thing is that, you know, a lot of times people tell you to take your fan hat off and not look at it as a fan, but look at it as a rational human being from the outside in of the 30,000 foot view. I would want, this is just me, I would want somebody who wants to be here. That's what I would want, optimally. But money talks and bull crap walks. Come here, and the thing is about Atlanta, we are not a real destination for people yet.
Now that I would agree with.
So we are going to have to overpay. Unfortunately, that's true with the Hawks. That's true with the Falcons. In order for us to get somebody, and not, you know, someone outside of the draft, a free agent, somebody of this nature, we will have to overpay. Because, you know, Flowery Branch, beautiful facility. Mercedes-Benz Dome, beautiful place to play in. But the team, the makeup of the team, the ownership, in some people's eyes, the hierarchy under that ownership, in some people's eyes, is not to be desired. You know, we be talking about them like a dog from time to time because of some of the stuff they did. You know, just, you know, you and Winston just went on about how Terry, he about to get fired, you know, just on the basis of this Kirk Cousins situation. So we're going to have to overpay. And we did so with a Kirk Cousins. All right. Now, I remember us discussing the fact that, okay, Kirk was given certain assurances about what his role was going to be and where he was going to be as far as the hierarchy is concerned and things of that sort. And, you know, something came to mind when I thought about that. And if you don't have it in writing in the contract, it don't mean nothing. If it's not in writing in the contract, it doesn't mean anything.
And you know what? That is also, I think that can also, because, all right, back in your day, right, there was a handshake deal, right? That was kind of a thing, right? Like your word was your word. And I think those are the type of things, if that is the reputation of our front office, that will deter us from being the destination. It's not like we're, like you said, a destination as it is, but if that is the reputation, or if
what reputation you talking about, Keely?
That it wasn't in writing, that they sold him one thing and they got another, right? How you were just saying, well, it wasn't in writing. Like if it's not in your contract, then, you know, whatever the case may be. But if the reputation is that Terry or Raheem went and sold Kirk a bill of goods, and then a month later it turned out it wasn't what it was, I mean, those type of things will discourage people from wanting to come to Atlanta. And it's not, like you said, an ideal destination as it is in the first place. So,
well, okay, now this is okay.
Hey, Mark, come on in here, man.
That's Marcus. Hey, Marcus, come on in if you want to, boss. How you doing? Hadn't seen you in a minute.
Everybody that's not subscribed to On the Mark, man, subscribe, run up the likes, run up the comment. Great fucking content every time.
Now, let me say this, and I'm going to ask some framing questions before I say what I say. When the Falcons signed Kirk Cousins, look at see what 3 Dirt asked me.
Yeah, I think we're both guilty. I think I think both sides are guilty, and I think as an organization and as fans, we got to acknowledge that we played our part in this screw up too. and I think in this relationship going bad. So I do think Kirk did probably dry snitch, but I think we also played our role in this mess.
Like
Okay,
I would give it if it was a one-off. If it was a one-off, all right, I can see it. Like what he said about it in his introductory press conference. All right. You were just excited, got caught up in the moment, talk a little too much. But then okay, season end, you want to leave. Falcons patting their feet. Oh, I was injured. Yeah, I was injured. Because remember, at first he was in the saying it was what a clerical mistake or whatever. Yeah. Now when the season ends, oh, I was injured. I got hurt in the Saints game or whatever. Messed up my shoulder and my elbow. So now, like bro, like now it's intentional now. Like it ain't no sugarcoating it. It's intentional now.
I think with that
For some
situation,
reason, but even if you sit there and try to railroad the Falcons, you cannot make them move because you got guaranteed money by them. And the same way he got a no trade clause, it's a double-edged sword. Because I don't have to pursue a trade with you. Because your money is already in escrow anyway. It's already in escrow. It was in escrow back when you signed the contract. So I don't have to do nothing with you. In all actuality, I don't have to do nothing for you with you this year or next year. You still got guaranteed money. I don't have to do anything. I mean, me personally, if I was hurt, that's what I would do. I would bury his ass on the bench. He would never have another starting opportunity in the league because you said and try to carry me. I try to look out for you. I said they're overpaid for you. I try to cater to your needs and wants, and then you try to carry me. You try to burn me not once, not twice, but 3 times. But I hold all the cards. All you can do, only thing you can do is sit there and get in front of a mic and sit there and flaunt your ass. That's
I don't
about
think
it.
they hold any cards if they can't get them off the roster. Like
Oh,
they're
no, they
both
can
at a
cut him.
standstill.
well,
Yeah,
I mean,
they
look,
can
if
cut him.
he
They
wants,
can cut
if
him.
he
And that will
wants
probably
to start somewhere else, okay.
yeah. If
Now, hey, Keita, I could understand it, but you went to the owner. You went to the owner saying, "Trade me, get me out of here." All right. So you have you kind of folded to a certain extent because the thing is, if you got all the cards, would you say anything?
You don't
but
have to say anything.
don't you think trading is a mutual interest? That's something that both Terry and Kirk wants. Like I'm pretty sure Terry wants
Yeah,
Kirk off the roster. Yeah, that's what I'm
yes,
saying. So
yes.
that's something. So Kirk wanting to be traded is something also Terry wants because
that
that
Terry
gets him
wants.
off his ass. Because
But watch this.
right,
Under mutually agreeable conditions. If it helps me, and Terry is saying, and just like Arthur Blank said, if it helps me, you can go.
but
Kirk
so here's
Cousins
my
saying, if it
You know what
helps
would have been the
me,
nail in the
I'll leave.
coffin? The nail in the coffin is when he sat there and came out and publicly sat there and said, I will not waive my no trade till after the draft. That right then and there, there's no more conversation. There's nothing more for us to talk about.
I mean, but to be
You ask
fair,
to the end of the bench. Hey,
to be fair, that's alleged. I mean, I believe it to be true, but it's not a direct quote.
3 days I wanted the same thing. I wanted Russ too. I said, go get a 1-year bridge quarterback. Go draft your quarterback of the future.
I'll put it like this. In terms of him talking about the clerical error thing, you're not gonna convince me that he put himself on the injury report. Like it's so much that goes into it. Like a trainer has to be present. Like all this stuff. Like he can't just go put his name down.
No,
so
true.
And you're not gonna tell me that Raheem didn't know that his name was going on that report. I refuse to believe that. So when he comes back at the end of the season, here's how I think it went with that week 10. He was injured. He didn't want Raheem probably said, we're not going to give some type of advantage or whatever to the next opponent. Take him off of there. We're not going to report it. And I think Kirk and Raheem are playing ball at that point. Like, take him off that report. And I think once he realized, like, all right, we're not like this no more. Like, we're not like this no more. Now it's I gotta go take care of myself at the end of the season. I think, again, I'm not from a standpoint of like Kirk is just the bad guy by himself. I think both parties have a hand in all this foolishness. I do believe they knew the circumstance in which Kirk was exiting Minnesota. Minnesota told him, hey, we finna go get a young kid in the draft. And he was like, yeah, all right, well, I'm out then. I do believe that they knew those circumstances when they drafted Penix.
You believe they knew what circumstances when they drafted Penix?
The circumstances.
And you're talking about Kirk Cousins. You're talking about Kirk Cousins.
Okay. I'm talking about. I know Terry and Raheem knew their circumstance without a shadow of doubt in my mind. They knew the circumstances in which Kirk left Minnesota.
Okay.
And I always found it odd that they were on the Penix train, but they weren't on the Penix train until after Kirk got signed. Like, that was just the weirdest thing that all of a sudden y'all don't show up to a pro day, y'all don't talk to him at the combine, y'all don't invite him to Flowery Branch. But then after he signed, then the whole team goes to Seattle.
And they go pivot. We're not even pivot. That was their plan from Jump Street. They were going to go get a quarterback. All right, cool.
Okay, wait a minute. Are you sure, Winston? Are you sure that was the plan? Do you have anything solid and concrete that says that was the plan?
All right, so
now we figuring, but we don't know.
Me personally, I thought we were going to go get our edge last year in the draft. Our edge rusher, I thought we were going first with an edge. All right. Double down on it when you go spend all this money on Kirk Cousins.
Right.
All right. So I know I don't know. Cap, I was gonna sit there and say I know Terry ain't dumb enough to sit there and do what he did, but Terry did what he did. So he had to have some type of plan before Kirk got here. He had to have some type of plan, and it just fell into place for him, right? But like I've been saying since last year, they built this team wrong. You do not spend all that money on a quarterback and then go get a quarterback in the first round. A top 10 pick is that. You don't do that. You don't do it. The amount of money that's allocated to the quarterback room alone, like, come on, like that's just dumb as hell. Like, the whole purpose of go get a quarterback in the first round is so you can have the cap flexibility to build the rest of your team. Like, you want to go strike with any quarterback rookie contract.
You know what though, Winston?
And this is King Richie. Welcome to the stage, sir.
What's going on, fellas? I wanted to say just a couple things. Winston, honestly, you want me to tell you how I knew they were going quarterback before they even looked at Michael Penix? Because of the interview that Raheem and Terry had together when Raheem said, you don't know what we gonna do. We may get a quarterback and draft one. You don't know what we gonna do. He kept repeating that. So in my mind, when they looked at Penix, I knew they were going to get it. But what I came up here to say is, man, you know what? I just really realized I can't give Kirk no sympathy, and I'm going to tell you why. Because I just really realized how petty he is. Now, if you remember at the first of the season when him and Kyle wanted to change jerseys, but the NFL league told them it cost them about $1 million or $2 million to change jerseys, and they didn't, right?
Yeah, because you got to buy all the old stuff.
Yeah. Okay. So me seeing how Kirk act now I'm starting to sort of understand Kyle wasn't gonna get that ball because Kirk wanted that number 8. I just at first I didn't think this way, but me seeing how petty he is now, like taking off the Falcon shirt and all this extra stuff, it do make me wonder because I remember when they interviewed Michael Penix, he said, I don't know what the problem is because this players in this offense running wide open.
So real quick, I just wanted to make sure I heard you clear. You think Kirk may have been icing Pitts over something that wasn't even Pitt's fault?
Yeah, because Penix won not because I'm gonna tell you why I say that. Because it was something you said where you was like, they didn't want to put Penix out there. They already said they didn't want to play Penix the two. Man, I'm gonna be honest with you. If Kirk had it worked out like they planned, but we wouldn't be seeing Penix to 2027. They already said they didn't want to rush him out there.
I don't. Okay.
I'm just saying, like with Kirk's actions, with all of Kirk's actions, going over Raheem and Terry here, all of that to me symbolizes that you're petty. So I'm not saying that is true, but it does make me look at that situation sideways because I see how petty you can be, is what I'm saying. I'm not saying that that's necessarily the truth. It's just, okay, that's just like looking at a girlfriend. If she always out in the streets and she always doing this and you got to think this man almost cost us another draft pick. If he did, man, we've been catching slack ever. And I'm gonna be honest, the reason why I'm mad is because I advocated for Kirk because I didn't want Justin Fields because I wanted another vet like Matt Ryan. So it makes me more mad than anybody else because I was one of the avid, I don't want Justin Fields because to me, he didn't play enough. Like, you could say he did all this in college. To me, the only reason you did it is because the team you was on, you couldn't hack it in Georgia. That's why you kept getting mad because you didn't want to ride the bench. A lot of these quarterbacks have ego complexes.
Gotta have an ego.
Well, I mean, but to be fair,
but what I'm saying, it's not a problem. But what I'm saying is with the actions that he showed me, I never knew Kirk was this petty. I watched you do all type of petty stuff. What you taking?
I don't know if you can hold the jersey thing against him though. That's just the league came back and said in order for you to have this number, you're gonna have to buy all the Kyle Pitts jerseys in existence.
No, I ain't saying that. That's what I'm saying.
But that's why I was asking you, do you think he was icing him over the jersey situation? I was like, but I don't see that.
See, that's the thing. At first, I didn't think that way, is what I'm saying. I'm thinking this because I know Kyle Pitts lag on routes and stuff. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna sit here and deny the fact that he don't always do his job. But after seeing the way you act now, at first I'd have just been like, man, because at first I was like, man, Kyle Pitts is sort of lazy, because I really wanted us to get Brock Bowers, if you really want to be honest about it, if we're gonna have a tight end. But it's just, I know he's lackadaisical on routes, so I never ever thought that was the picture. But now seeing how you act, it makes me wonder. I'm just saying it makes me wonder about a lot of stuff. Because remember how they said, oh, I'm not mad at Penix. I was just caught off guard. And to me now, you mad. Because the way you said, I don't want to go to a team that's going to pick another quarterback. Man, if any team get an opportunity to pick their quarterback, you got to understand how they looking at it. The reason they picked their quarterback, Kirk, is because if we guaranteed you to play the way you supposed to play, we weren't finna get a top pick at least for the next 3 years.
I think a couple things. I think sometimes it's this thing called Oscar Razor, and it basically means a lot of times when you're trying to figure something out, the most simplest solution or most common sense solution is typically the answer 99% of the time. So I think in terms of the Pitts thing, I just think Drake and Mooney were just better options this year. They like you don't want to throw to somebody who could potentially create a turnover because he want to pull his hands back at the last second or quit on a route. So I think that's all that was. But I think as far as
I
him,
mean, and I agree with you to a certain extent, but you want me to tell you why it's so hard for me to go for that? Because it's too many games I watch where Kyle Pitts be wide. Oh, they know you not throwing to him.
and here will be my question on that same play in which you see Pitts open. Is Drake open?
Drake, you know Drake always open. Let's not even
There
play
you
these
go.
games.
And there you go. So
Yeah,
But Drake more reliable.
if I trust Drake, because even when I throw a bad pass, he's still going after it. If
Yeah,
both
Drake
y'all
a
open,
dog.
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
but
So if both of them
even
open,
beyond that too, though, you got to remember, Kirk arm isn't that strong, and then when he got hurt, that's just dwindled even more. Kirk never had a cannon. He never had a cannon, and that's why I was sitting like when we first signed Kirk last year, and I
Hey,
kept
Winston, but I
sitting
thought
there
he had a
telling people
cannon.
like,
I thought Kirk had a cannon when I ain't mean to cut you off, Winston, but I thought in Washington, Kirk didn't
cannon win.
look.
nah, he
I
never
thought
had a
No,
cannon.
that was, he never had a cannon. Kirk just had a young arm then. That's the difference.
okay.
He had a
But
young
he was
arm
very
because
active.
he ain't had that bit of
Very
mileage.
active.
Because you got to think about it. You got to think about it. When Kirk first came out, Kirk was drafted in what, the 3rd round? He drafted
Yeah, I think
RG3
in
at
third
first.
or fourth.
Yeah, they drafted RG3. RG3 was the starter. So even when Kirk was drafted, he was sitting on the pad. His arm was resting. So the arm is still alive. All right, that's cool. Then after that, he
No,
said
he was
he
4th round.
showed you his limitation. Like Kurt is
You
not
know
sitting there.
what? You know what? You
He's
right,
not gonna
Winston,
smack you with
because
no.
that's the
Yeah,
reason why. That's the reason why everybody. All I want to say was that's the reason why everybody still want Aaron Rodgers, because you can say what you want about him, that arm strength ain't
he
went
still got an
nowhere.
arm. You see what I'm saying? Like Kurt is not gonna bust you in the head for like a 60-yard dash. That's a dub. He may get a
Nah, because you
60-yard
remember
play.
that play when Ray
He
was
may get a
wide open
60-yard
down
play
the
with
field.
a catch and run, but he's not gonna sit there and throw the ball 60 yards.
Hey, Winston, you remember that play when Ray was wide open for a walk-in touchdown, but he threw it a slant route to Drake instead.
Yeah, he threw a dead to Drake for like 15 yards because his arm can't get the ball out of it. So he putting the ball in harm's way. That way he can go attack it.
So let me ask both of y'all a question while both y'all here, right? Because and this is a straight up question. Do y'all think Raheem and Terry lied to Kirk?
Oh, hell yeah.
I don't think they. Well, you mean hold on? You mean lied about
you didn't include me in the
to,
question.
to get Kirk the
Hey, y'all.
No, I'm saying you mean lied about
you said
drafting
them too.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah,
no, I'm
about
just trying to see
drafting
what you're
quarterback.
saying.
You damn right.
I would say no. I would say no.
Hold on. So you saying lied about drafting Penix, right?
No, about yes. All right. So the reason he wanted to leave, all right, Minnesota at that point told Kurt, hey, we're gonna draft a quarterback. We have an interest in going to get a quarterback, which of course they went and got JJ McCarthy, right? And that factored in his decision because he felt like that factored into his decision. And the reason I found it funny was a couple things. One, the big deal after Penix was drafted because he said he felt blindsided. And then two, the fact that they didn't even talk, discuss, or even they didn't talk to Penix at the combine. He didn't come to Flower Branch. They didn't show up to a pro day.
You know why though? Because it came out that they really wanted Jaden Daniels, but when nobody allowed them to trade up. And I think that's what's happening with Tennessee.
But the thing is that even if you wanted Jaden Daniels, they still interview every other quarterback. They still talk to the boy who's in Indianapolis. They still talk to
Bo Nix and everybody.
Yeah, they still talk to everybody but him. Like, to me, that's just the oddest thing. Everyone else got to invite the Flowery Branch but him. And as soon as Kirk was signed, then we talking about after Penix Pro Day, after the combine, then the whole team goes to Washington.
Like, you know what I think?
That's why I know they lied to him.
Okay, well, wait a minute.
I'm gonna tell you why I don't think
wait a minute. Let me ask this quick. Hold on, y'all. Hold on.
He left for Minnesota. He left from Minnesota because Minnesota told him, we are drafting a quarterback this year. No if and buts about it. We're going to go get a quarterback this year.
And
There's
he was
no way
actually
hell
doing
they
good till he
said that
got hurt.
told him the same thing.
No,
And then
to Tidy's
we
thing,
said
I
that
just
tell
want
him
to
the same thing, and
clarify.
then he decided to come here.
To Tidy's thing, because I remember on one episode we went back and I went back and played the interview because I think what was it, Slim who argued this point. The argument was that they were going to take a quarterback late in the draft. That was the understanding. I don't know where the community, because I remember I pulled up the interview because I remember Slim was having this argument, and it was Arthur Blank that came out at training camp to address it, and he was saying that in terms of Kirk being blindsided was that they didn't have the understanding that they were going to take one in the first round, someone who could legitimately like replace them. He was understand that they were going to take one late in the draft.
Well, let me
Well,
ask
I
this
didn't. Hold on, my bad. He didn't.
Uh,
I didn't keep reading to Tidy comment. So to be fair, he said they just
yeah,
didn't
they
think
just
it would be
didn't
in the
think it
first
was
round.
in the first
Yeah,
round.
the first round.
But
So
see,
that was the whole surprise part.
okay,
But to me,
okay.
at that point, then they still tried him basically.
Where was the lie told?
Because I
He was under the
remember
impression that his replacement wouldn't be drafted a whole month later.
He was under the impression.
Now we do not
But
have
see,
any.
that's go ahead.
So what we're doing, we're drawing conclusions. We're not privy to the conversations that they had. But
Okay.
but what the evidence suggests is that if he didn't want to be in Minnesota for that reason, then if he knew that they were taking a quarterback in the first round, then he probably wouldn't be coming to Atlanta either.
Well, see, why wouldn't he?
Well, see,
because see, the
thing
thing is, okay, if
because
you're
it's
being
essentially
replaced,
the same money that was offered in Minnesota.
Hold on, and see, this is why I'm asking these probing questions. Okay, if you had been at a place, kind of like Matt Ryan, if you had been in a place for most of your career, and they tell you, hey, Kurt, we're gonna draft your successor. We're gonna get your successor.
And you will go to a place in which they're drafting a successor?
No. Because see, the thing is, I can't finish that. I can't finish my statement because this is where the timeline I need to understand as to when it was that they decided that they were going to get Michael Penix. Okay,
No,
and also was Michael Penix the person that they were going to get at the very beginning.
No, I'm gonna be honest with you though, John. What I was just finna say is, I'm gonna be real honest with y'all. I really think Zach Robinson was the reason we got Penix versus Terry and Raheem, and I'm gonna tell you why. Because if you think about it, Zach Robinson used to be a quarterback, so he know how he want to play. He know Kirk can't make all the throws, so it's like what I heard someone say. When Kirk on the field, you got to tear out half your playbook because we know you can't make these throws. So I think what happened is the reason why the band got all together is because they realized
hold on real quick, brother. Can y'all hear me?
Yeah.
I can't hear him. It's just like squeaking.
You can't hear me? Can you hear me now?
We can hear King Richard fine.
It might be the
hear
service.
Winston.
No, everything he just said was just squeaking.
No, I was just saying I think it was more so Zach.
I was about to start laughing because you were like,
Oh nah, I was just saying that I think.
Hey, King Richard, he just couldn't hear you.
I can hear him now.
Okay, yeah,
I can hear him now.
Yeah, I was saying.
You can hear him now.
Yeah, I can hear him loud and clear.
Yeah,
go ahead, King. Go ahead, Richard.
I think it was more Zach Robinson because of how I'm trying to say this. Okay, you know you got Kirk, and you know he on the Achilles, but if he just say Zach Robinson went and looked at film on Kirk, right? If he used to be a quarterback, plus he worked with PFF or PPF, you know, whoever that is, he knows a quarterback. Think about it now. Terry wanted Jaden Daniels, but they realized Washington wasn't coming off that first pick when they tried to trade up to go get him.
Washington been a damn fool to let up off that pick.
Yeah, nah, that's what I'm basically saying. So when Zach Robinson probably went back and said, let me watch tape on him one more time. Then when he watched tape, you like, this our quarterback. So that's why the whole facility went up there to see him. Now, when you watch a quarterback throwing in 30-mile-per-hour wind and still hitting his targets, it's hard not to say, and you know how Terry is, BPA. It's hard to say, okay, well, we know with Kirk, one thing we all knew about Kirk, and this is why I championed for him. It wasn't because of the one playoff win. It's because one thing about Kirk, his record is always at least 13 and something, 12 and something, 11 and something. So if I'm looking at it from their standpoint, it's like you got to understand, Terry also trying to say that's why I believe there's so much pettiness right now. Not only because of Michael Penix, Kyle Pitts, and all this other stuff, and he was hurt, but the reason why the Falcon facility being so petty is because you almost cost everybody their job.
What you said? Mount
If
full
Arthur
King
Blanks would have
James.
woke up on the right side of the bed like how we be feeling, come on, y'all know everybody would have been gone. Wouldn't have been no Raheem, wouldn't have been no Ulbrich, wouldn't have been no Terry. And we've seen owners do that after the first year. So now I think it's more so there being one thing I think is the Falcon organization tired of these players coming in and running over us. Because if you think about it, all these players, they say they be so amped to play for Atlanta, then they get here and play like trash. And then as soon as we trade them somewhere else, now they got 11 sacks. Now they getting 30-something touchdowns. So I think Arthur Blank is just tired of being ran over. And when Kirk pulled what he pulled Super Bowl, I think it'll went smooth if Kirk hadn't said what he said Super Bowl weekend. I believe they'd have got off of him a whole lot quicker.
Of course it would have, man. You sit up here and threw your whole entire coaching staff, well, your offensive coaching staff, as well as your general manager under the bus, sitting up here talking, telling tales out of school as old folks.
But John, do you remember what was said before those comments?
By Kirk Cousins?
By Terry. Before Kirk made his comments during the Super Bowl week, do you remember what I forgot what the situation was? Terry was being interviewed, and we made the assessment or the assumption that he was posturing, talking about we're very comfortable keeping Kirk on this roster next season as a backup.
Yeah, I remember that.
And that was before Kirk made those comments. Now, if Kirk and his agent felt like that was just posturing or part of the plan to get him out of there, I don't know if Kirk then. All right, so you're Terry, I'm Kirk. If you communicate to me like, hey, I'm just gonna say this publicly, I'm still working to get you out of here. Like if that's the conversation, I don't think Kirk then comes out and says that. But if me and my agent literally believe that you mean what you're saying, then yeah, I gotta figure out how to try to.
You know why I have a problem with that though, because if you look at it from a business standpoint, bro, we paid you $180 million. You shouldn't have no problems discussing. Like, I'm going to be honest with you, just looking at it from a business standpoint, taking my fan feelings out of it, taking the Falcon feelings out of it. Just say this was any other business but the Falcons. If I pay you $180 million to be, just say, my warehouse general manager for the whole warehouse, if I bring in your successor under you to shadow you, why do you have a problem?
Because I feel like I can make more money somewhere else. Like, here's the thing, like,
but you're 37. Everybody gonna draft a quarterback after you. They are. They are not.
How old is Aaron Rodgers right now? right? How old is he?
Yeah,
41.
Aaron Rodgers got a better
41.
arm than Kirk
He's
does.
40, and he still wants to be a starting quarterback in this league at 41 or 40. He still
But
wants
he
to be a
can
starting
because he
quarterback.
got the arm strength.
Cam is what, like
Kirk
35?
don't want to. Kirk don't want to. Players want to play. Players want to play until they're forced with the reality that they ain't got it no more. Like we everybody who played sports before, I'm gonna have to, like, you could tell me I'm washed, but you gonna have to
You
you're gonna have to
gotta
prove
show,
it.
yeah, you gotta
Yeah,
show me that I'm
exactly.
on.
Yeah.
Oh, I
Like,
get that. I definitely understand that.
so that's just
I
the
ain't laying down on
athlete's mentality. Like, no,
But
you can
all I
tell
was
me I'm
saying
washed,
is
but
you
Kirk is gonna
can't.
say, like, no, I'm still a starting quarterback in this league. I want to be on the field. I'm gonna be throwing 30 touchdowns next year.
But see, this the problem I have with that, right? Because you wouldn't have got mad if I'd have drafted a sorry quarterback in the later rounds. You're
Yeah,
only mad
because
because
there's no pressure.
That's
There's
what I'm
no
saying.
pressure. See, like that's the whole issue that we went through with Matt Ryan. We never drafted anyone to put pressure on him. We never brought anybody in to put pressure on him.
hey,
That's
and
why he
that
was so
to me,
comfortable. Then don't get me wrong, Matt is the best quarterback the Falcons ever had. That's hands down. That's not debatable. But he could have went further if we had put a fire on his ass early in his
nah,
career.
but you know what? I don't think Matt
Hey,
Ryan would have
hold
had a
on one
problem.
second. Hold on 1 second. Hey, William,
Yeah.
what you doing, William? I'm getting a whole bunch of interference from you.
Just mute it,
I'm
man.
driving, man. I'm gonna make it to the house. I might hop back on.
Okay,
William out
all
there
right.
moving and
I,
bumping. It look like he in the goddamn escape room.
You ain't in no wreckage. Hey, go ahead, King.
Nah, I was just saying that. See, that's my big. See, I don't even think Penix was a problem until Kirk seen him in practice.
No, he had a problem the night of the draft.
Now, what I mean is, you have a problem the night of the draft. Okay, cool, but until you see him throw that ball, that's
I'm
when
pretty
it
sure
really.
Kirk watched college football.
He
Kirk watches college football.
like look. If you're
But you
an
sort of
NFL
get what
player,
I'm saying, though. Like,
you're watching the players that's about to come into the league. Because you're
Yeah,
already formulating how a certain player can help your team the following season. Now, let me hey John, go back. What's going on, Millie Mill? Go back to the question before that. John wanted to answer that. So, all right, if a team wants if team that Kirk wants to go to, and he left the no trade clause, do the Falcons have a choice not to take the deal? Yes, they
Yes.
do have a choice.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. The Falcons have all the cards right now.
they both
Kirk
have
can't,
the equal probability of canceling any deal, though. Like, it's
no,
literally
they
equal.
don't.
They
But
do.
all right.
They have the same. They have the
Hold on, brother.
same power.
Hold on. Having some power and having all the power, two entirely different things.
And
Kirk
neither one
could
have all, and neither have
hey,
neither.
you
They
know
have
what,
equal.
true,
Kirk?
but the
I'm gonna
Falcons
be
has
honest though.
majority. The
They
Falcons
don't
have
have
majority.
majority. They have
You
the
know
Yes, they
what?
do.
The
Hold
Falcons
on,
do have
hold
the majority.
on, fellas. Hold on, fellas. All right. When you have a no trade clause, all right, that's cool. I can't go send you wherever I want to send you. I can't send you to go play in Alaska. All right, no problem. But say you want to go be the quarterback for the Steelers. Okay, I could sit there and sniff around it. I can see what they willing to. What am I getting back? That's the question. What am I getting back? And if it's not what I want, your ass still said. You
But
can't
how
like
does
you.
either in
Kirk,
that scenario, how does either one have a leg up? Both can
So
cancel
that
the
I can
deal.
tell you why. I
because
can
at
All
the
tell
right,
end
you
of the
how.
day,
somebody
Without the
at the
no
end
please
of the
trade,
come
I
day,
back
can
and
the
just
tell
fact
you how.
veto
at
the
the end
deal.
of the day, the Falcons have to like they can't give Kirk agent permit where they can. They can give him permission to go look for a trade. They can give him permission to go look for a trade. But at the end of the day, the final say so is for the Falcons. Kirk can go line
How?
up the perfect.
No, but I can
Kirk,
tell you.
Kirk
They
can
I
go
can
have
tell
line
they
you.
up.
have equal
Hey,
say so
hold on.
because
I
Kirk
can
can
tell
go
you how
line
the
up
Falcons.
Kirk can go line up the perfect team in his eyes,
and
right?
Terry can go line up the perfect trade and he
Now
can say
look,
In,
no.
in his
look.
understandable. But at the end of the
So
day,
then they're equal.
it's
No,
not
I'm gonna tell you
There's
how the
nothing
Falcons
that
got more
Terry can do
leverage than
that
Kirk
Kirk can't.
Cousins, though.
equal.
There's
No,
nothing that one party can do that the other one can't.
yeah, yes, it is.
Yes,
And I'm
Okay,
gonna
yes,
so
it
tell
let me
is.
you.
know.
Could
All
have-
Let
right,
me.
so
The
I'm
fact,
gonna tell
the
you.
fact,
Let me
the
tell
fact
you.
is they
Let me
I'm
cut
waiting
tell
on you
Kirk
you.
to
Cousins.
tell me. I'm waiting
Now,
on you
let
to
me
tell
They
me.
tell
can
you.
cut.
It ain't
I'm
even
They
waiting
can
about
on
the
it.
cut
no
Kirk Cousins.
trade clause. Now, listen,
They
listen.
can
Just hear
cut
me out.
Kirk Cousins.
Now, I'm saying,
They
just
And
hear
that
me
was
out
show
real
you
and
quick.
that work and that's in Kirk's benefit. That's
No,
what Kirk
I'm gonna
wants.
tell
true.
you. Nothing is in Kirk's favor. You know why? Because if they sit Kirk on the bench one more year, who wants a 38-year-old quarterback?
Exactly.
By the time they get rid of Kirk Cousins, he'll be 39.
That will one, he'll be 38. But
38.
two, that's an assumption that no one would want him. Because if people want a 41-old Joe Flacco like on the team, then
Joe
Flacco
like
got
Flacco
an
better than
arm.
Kirk Cousins, though.
Flacco got an arm.
all right. So here's my question.
Well,
Here's my
hey,
question.
Keita, let me ask you this.
No.
Let me
Let
ask
me
you this,
ask.
Keita.
Let me
That's
ask
what
this
I'm
one
saying. He
question.
got an
Hold on.
arm.
Let me ask this one question. So let's say he's parked on his couch for a year, right? And then he comes back at what 38, right? So if he's free, no attachments, nobody have to trade for him. You going to tell me that that Kirk Cousins doesn't show up on somebody's 53-man roster the next season?
Oh no, he'll get on the 53. He just won't be starter.
But okay,
he will have the
that was
opportunity
the point I was going to
He
make.
won't
Will
he will
be
he
have
a
the
be?
starter.
opportunity to
He
compete
wants to
for
be
a
a
job,
starting quarterback. That's the
and he
No.
will have the opportunity to compete for a starting job. He
but
will
he's
go
Well,
into camp and have the opportunity to compete for a job.
okay. Hold on.
Joe Flacco walked in and was able to
and
start.
Flacco's not competing for a starting job. Flacco comes in when the starter goes down.
He
That's
don't
the
mind
difference.
Now,
being a
see, I
backup.
He's a
thought.
backup.
Hold
He's a
on. Wait a
high-end
minute.
backup, but he's not competing for a starting job nowhere.
I thought that the operative point about Kirk Cousins was that he wasn't going to have to compete for a starting job, that he was going to walk into a starting job.
That's what
that?
he wants, and
That's
that's
what he
not
wants.
gonna
That's
happen.
my question. Who said that? Who said
He did.
that?
He
When?
did. He said he
Didn't
want
somebody
to
say that? Or maybe I made a bridge
No,
too far.
that's what the article said. That his agent said he don't want to be blindsided like he was with the Falcons. He want to come in. He said the reason he waiting till after the draft because he wants to go to a team that's not drafting a quarterback.
All right. So to be fair,
As what?
As a
as a starter.
successor.
all right, again, to be fair, it did say rumor. It wasn't a direct quote. It was like we get reports every day. I get reports that how many reports have we got that the trade was in the works? How many reports did we get that Trey Hendrickson was on his way here? Like how many reports have we gotten that? Like I mean, those are rumors. Like it's not a direct
Trey
quote.
could be on the way though, because we just freed up some money. Trey could be on the way. I
He
told you
could
that.
be.
I told you that a
Santa
couple of
Claus
weeks
will
ago.
show up tomorrow. Like
If,
Okay. All right.
if you see a move with AJ and you see a move with Lindstrom, it's very possible Trey is on the way. I told you that a couple of weeks ago.
I mean, it's possible. It's highly unlikely. Considering the money that the numbers that have been attached to his name, considering who we got to pay coming up, that part is highly unlikely, but it is possible. And to tie it with what he said, his agent never said it. I've never heard that part. So I agree that is a plausible. That I think there's validity to that rumor, but all I'm saying is to be fair. He said nobody from his team was quoted. Okay. But to be fair, we never heard it.
Hold on before we go any further. Killer, you got it right back. Hey, hey, Red.
Yeah.
Hey, brother, everything good though?
Yeah, I'm good.
I'm talking about the other thing too though.
Other than what I told you earlier.
All right. Well, I mean, we didn't go into it. Prayers to brother Red though, man.
All right, Red man, you ain't called me, man.
Huh? What's up, John?
What's going on, Red? I have no idea of what they speak. So Hey, so
we
hey,
put the man
what?
putting out the
Oh no. Hey, to the extent that you said, was everything okay and well wishes or whatever. Hey man, tag me in. I'm right up the street. But okay. What was the last comment on Kirk Cousins here?
It's Keeler.
I don't even remember where we was at, but
we were talking about whether Kirk Cousins had expressed a desire to start somewhere else.
Yeah,
I
think Kirk probably feels like he has a fair opportunity to compete for the, but that's just my assumption. But I've never heard that as a direct quote from his team or from him. So all I'm saying is we can acknowledge that was a report and that was a rumor. And I know it was tagged as, hey, this is a rumor. So, and as far as like the money to be moved, I know they're saying it's like 11 and 8. Like they bracketed like this is called essential cap space and then 11 in regular cap space. And in that 8, I think that's inclusive of the draft pick. So essentially it might be like 8 million in cap room.
It was 12.
Well,
we got 12. We got 12 now. You need about 8 to sign your draft pick.
So that doesn't necessarily clear the path for Henderson.
But don't we get that increase in June though?
The league you already
That's
started.
already factored. But
so
you can.
So the increase didn't really, as far as getting us above water, it helped us a little bit.
Because the biggest thing about Hendrickson, he want a contract. He want 30 million. He already.
That's what I'm saying. And we have to pay Bijan. We got to pay Drake. We got to pay Penn. Like we have a lot of mouths to feed upcoming. I don't see how a guy making 30.
Like, all right, so Pitts is the next one up, right? All right.
He a tight end, so he don't cost much.
Yeah, he probably like Pitts. I put it to you like
this.
Say Pitts,
if you think he's gonna expect if you think he's expecting a discount, I don't know what to tell you. He's not gonna.
He definitely not. He definitely not.
Tell him back.
Trade him.
We done dragged him through the goddamn mud. He's not taking a discount. That's a dope. But I mean, I said any player that's finishing their rookie contract, do not take a discount. Hell with that shit. Get your money while you can. Now, second or third contract, all right. Then that's when you do the hometown favor because you already made your money. But
I mean, to be honest, Pitts
get your money now.
This year, because Penny
he's on the 5th year contract. I mean, fifth year option. All right. Well, he'll probably play his 5th year. All right. But London has this season, and we can 5th year him next year.
I think we need to go and lock London up now, though. Cause boy,
it's better to pay London. Yeah, exactly. It's better to pay London now, right now in this off season, than upcoming off season. The wide receiver money is going up.
Boy, you ain't seen that wide receiver money, boy. Look,
T Higgins just got what 30. He just got 30 as a number 2 wide receiver,
and he was franchised. That's 30 being franchised as well.
He got franchised last year. They franchised him.
They franchised him twice.
Yeah, but they franchised him again this off season, and they extended him. So he's not under a franchise tag. He got an extension. But he's
okay.
Basically, but if you look at his contract is trash. I mean, I don't know how the hell his agent allowed him to sign that.
Because he just wanted to play with Cincinnati.
No, brother. Like, look, his contract is basically a 1-year deal. And all that's rather, if you really look at his contract and the wording of it, it's a 1-year deal. So like if they don't smack Super Bowl this year, like that's gonna get blown up.
Now,
because their defense track. Oh, go ahead, John.
oh, I'm sorry. I was thinking you were finished. I'm sorry, man.
Oh no, go ahead.
Okay, now let me ask this question. Because see, I was going under the erroneous assumption that Kirk Cousins was holding out and going to Arthur Blank, telling him he wanted to be traded because of the fact that he was going to be on the bench this year, because he wanted to start somewhere or have an opportunity to be picked up to start someplace.
Yeah.
Kind of like what Russell Wilson, who else? There's a couple of other quarterbacks out there that just got picked up, right? That supposed to be starting.
Jamie Winston, he had to made in the shape. Take Russ game to town.
Yeah. Now, see, this is what I'm saying. Now, all right. I'm just asking, why else would Kirk Cousins be going to the extent that he's going to, dictating or well, see, that's alleged too, that he didn't want to get traded prior to the draft. Want to be traded after the draft.
He want to go to.
I think it's what I alluded to earlier, Oscar Razor. I think it's very simple. I think what we assume was posturing from Terry might legit be what he was told, is that now we're good with you being here. And he goes to Arthur Blank like, nah, I heard what Terry said, but
okay,
I don't want to be here. It could be really just that simple.
All right, now, but thing is that, okay, to both of your points, because that was a point of contention right there. Kirk Cousins, as well as the Falcons, they both have limited options in this situation.
What happened in 2027?
He has when his Jesse Bates due.
Oh, okay.
No, that's it. That's on his last year now. Oh no, he got a 4-year contract. No, I thought he got a 3-year contract.
He got 3, but they just extended it then.
No, they ain't touched him yet.
At Spotrac, it said his base salary for 2023 is $1 million, then 24 1.7, then 2025 14, and 2026 13.
All right. Oh, they backloaded his contract to free up other jump. Casper. Yeah. All right.
So, like I said, see, well, I guess at this particular point, as far as Cousins is concerned, hey, everything's up in the air. But see, that's a whole bunch of doggone sand to be raising and kicking up for just, I want to get away from here.
No, I think trying to talk to a team already, like he did us.
He probably talked to Cleveland. He probably is talking to Cleveland, and Terry is telling them, "No, we good. We good with you here."
Yeah,
like, we assume to be posturing might legit Terry for whatever reason saying, "No, we're comfortable with."
But I mean, if you think about it, if we get rid of him, we still gonna have to get a backup, and he probably gonna get half or 10 mil anyway, just as a backup. So why not keep the best backup damn near in the league?
Yeah, because he's literally free.
Like,
so let me.
Is that Coach?
Yeah, I'm up in here.
Hey, what's up, Coach?
Hey, Coach, give me 1 second. Hey, Keely, do me a favor. Look at Cleveland, where they pick in the 3rd, 4th, and 5th round. I don't have my laptop with me.
I would say, with like Mike Tomlin said, we want volunteers. We don't want hostages. I just think you saw what Denver did in the exact same situation when Russ got paid more than almost anybody ever, and they took on the largest cap hit ever in NFL history. They let him go, and then they're in the playoffs the very next year with Bo Nix. Like sometimes it's okay to just go ahead and cut
Luck
your
of the
losses.
draw. But that is that a way? Is that a way?
I absolutely wholeheartedly agree with Keely. And the answer, in my opinion, the answer to the question of the night so far is yes, the Falcons are doing Kurt wrong. Why do I say that? All right. It wasn't like Kirk Cousins came here and slept with Arthur Blank's wife and daughters. It wasn't like he came here and slapped the shit out of Terry Fontenot and Raheem Morris. Kirk Cousins, for all intents and purposes, came to Atlanta. He was the perfect player, said all the right things. Yeah, he got us in trouble, but that's our fault for not letting him know not to snitch on himself. He is square. That's what squares do. They talk a lot. So he came here, he played good, and then he got hurt and he played horrible. It happens. Players sometimes play bad. So at the end of the year, when people were asked about Kirk Cousins, Terry Fontenot very braggadociously said, "Oh yeah, we're happy with keeping him on the bench." Like, why say that? If Kurt is done in your eyes here in Atlanta, you got to pay him anyway. Either let the man go by cutting him, or tell him, "Hey, bro, we're gonna find you somewhere for you to go. We're gonna look out for you. You did decide to come here, although you may have thought we wasn't gonna pick a quarterback in the first round. We were gonna do it later. Hey, we did it. We got to do what's best for the team." As a man, I cannot see that Kurt wouldn't be like, "Okay, you got it. I'll waive my clause. Go ahead and put me in a great situation." You know what I'm saying? But no, we're not doing none of that. We're continuously, basically, like Keely just said, holding this man hostage. Why? Any other player that is held or is disgruntled with a team is usually because of a contract situation, or the team is trash and they just want to get out. Then you have these back and forths. Nah, we're gonna make you stay here type of situations. That wasn't what happened with Kurt. Kurt already had his money. He was already playing here. He wasn't never disgruntled. Nothing ever happened other than he just so happened to fall off and play bad. So in that aspect, yeah, the Falcons are doing him absolutely greasy. Like, let the man go, or I mean, do either tell the man, "Hey, bro, we're gonna find you somewhere to go," or just cut the man. But to continuously say, "Oh yeah, we cool with keeping him as a backup," and degrading the man when the man want to play, even if he don't got it no more, the man wants to play. So let him go and try and find his worth somewhere else. Like, it's crazy that this is still an issue at this point in time. Like, let that man go. Find him a trade
Okay,
partner or
coach,
something.
but this is my problem with it right now, coach. Do we have any solid evidence that either party is holding either party back from Kirk Cousins being free?
No, we don't. But we're speaking. We're speaking. So the question is, are the Falcons doing him dirty? Of course, none of us truly know. But from the outside looking in, taking an educated guess, it seems like that
The
there is
only
a issue.
the only thing we have, the only thing that we have that can answer that question is Terry.
Exactly. And I said this last week.
Why?
I said,
Why? That doesn't
But
make
that's the thing about
sense.
it. If he's
Why?
traded, hold on. But
if
that's the
he
thing.
really want to go that bad,
If he's
restructure
traded,
contract.
then the money is going to be off.
That's just absolutely stupid.
If he's traded, the contract goes with him. So it does. Even the guaranteed money that's due this year goes with him.
No,
he was playing for free.
Russell Wilson last year for $1 million.
He played for free.
He got paid 48 by the Broncos last year.
He was cut.
He was cut. He wasn't traded. That's the distinction.
Okay, now if Kirk Cousins got cut,
then we're on the hook for everything. We're on the hook for everything. If he's traded, that contract goes with him.
Who's going to pick up his contract?
Nobody.
Nobody wants that contract.
Nobody don't want
That's why I keep trying
nobody
to say,
don't want
like,
no corner killer.
nobody wants that contract. The Falcons can't they sell him with a dumbass contract.
No. How are y'all all? How would everyone make the case that the contract for us wasn't that bad? It's only front loaded into 2 years, but it's a bad contract for everybody else. It was a good contract for us, but it's bad for everybody else.
Exactly. And they only got 1 year to pay us, which is this year.
I would
That's
tell you
crazy.
exactly why it's a bad
All the
contract.
guaranteed money is
I would tell you
up to
exactly
for
why
2
it's a
years.
bad contract.
You might
All they
well
have
get
is
that
27.
$55 million dead cap. Let's be real. We might
Here's
well take that
exactly why it's
$55
a bad
million dead cap.
contract. And I've been saying it for an entire year now.
So, all right. Is it a bad contract? Yes or no? Is it a bad contract?
Yes, it's a
No.
bad contract.
It's a bad contract because
It's
of
a
the guaranteed money, but it is
It's a
not a bad
bad
contract
contract
because
for
that's what you're going to
a
pay a
36-year-old
veteran
quarterback
quarterback,
coming off
period.
an
I don't see
Achilles
how's a
injury.
bad contract when we've
It's
already
a
gave
bad
him.
contract.
We already gave him the money. Like, how's it bad
But
for
that's
everybody
why
else?
it's a bad
That's why it's a
Keely,
bad contract for
it
me.
wasn't.
That's why it's a
It
bad
wasn't.
contract.
It wasn't a bad contract. It's a bad
It
contract
was
because
a
the money
bad
was
contract,
guaranteed. Outside of
brother.
if it wasn't guaranteed, it was a normal contract that any quarterback his age at his veteran
But that's the
status would
problem.
have
You
gotten.
said if.
Period.
You said if it wasn't
Period.
such and such and such. But it was such and such and such. That's why it's a bad contract.
But here's
Exactly
what I'm
what
saying.
I just said. If you was
Honestly
listening,
though,
that it was the
honestly though,
guaranteed
it wasn't a
money.
bad contract for us.
It's
It's a bad contract for
it's
another team. I'm not picking it up.
it's
I'm
a
just telling
bad
you.
No,
contract
but
for
that's
us
my argument,
because
Ken
what the
Richie.
thing is,
How is it a
what
bad
the
Oh my
thing
contract for
goodness.
is,
somebody else when we've
we
already paid most of the
hold on.
guaranteed money?
Because you know
It's
why I
not,
say it's a
Keely.
bad contract for
It's not.
somebody else.
This
So
Because
is
if he
why
got
it's a
90
bad contract.
guaranteed, if it's
the
90
reason
guaranteed and
I'm gonna
we've
tell
already
you why I
paid
say it's a
60 of
bad
it, then how's
contract.
it bad?
No, that's
But
why I'm
who else
telling
picking it
you.
up?
No, listen, just hear me out. Reason why I say it's a bad contract for everybody else is because we can just wait till you cut them.
But
That's
if
why ain't
Terry's
nobody
saying,
said
if we're to believe Terry and Terry is saying no, we're good with just him being the backup.
I
That's what
believe that.
But if that's what Cleveland had when couple weeks ago when John was up here talking about when the reporter from the Cleveland Browns was on 92.9 and we're talking about their expectation of Kirk will be available before the deadline because the expectation he was going to be cut. They never mentioned trading for him. Everyone's expectation is like, okay, the Falcons will eventually cut him. So all of this is based off the fact that the belief that all right, the Falcons are going to cut him. But Terry has been saying the whole time, and that's if we to believe Terry, is that no, we're not going to cut him. We're good with
Because
just holding
every
him.
you
GM
have
and
to be
owner
We,
looking
prudent
at it
on
from
it.
bro,
because
we
That's
every
don't know
why
that.
GM and
that's why they
owner
We
didn't cut
don't
looking
him.
know
at it
that,
from a
fellas.
business standpoint. If you look at it from a business standpoint, yes, I will wait till you cut them because why would I foot anything? And then we don't know. They may have had a trade for Kirk, and that ain't
True,
where he wanted to go.
true,
We don't really
true,
know.
Taddy. True, Taddy. True. All right. It's not a bad contract if somebody else have ample space. But at the same time, it is a bad contract because what happened if, all right, let's say Pittsburgh trade for him. All right. So we smack them in the head for like a third round pick, fourth round pick, right? All right. Now you sitting there paying 27 million off the rip. That's if they take the entire contract and do not ask us to take on some of the contract. All right. Now, let's say he performed like his last 5 games instead of his first 9 games next year. All right. That's a bad contract because when you trade for him, that no trade clause come along too. So therefore, they don't have out. So
No,
now
no,
they're
no,
in the
no, no,
same.
no. Ooh,
So
no,
now
no,
they're in
no,
the
no,
same
no, Winston, no,
situation
no,
that we
Winston, no,
are
no,
in.
No, they're not. No, they're not. They're not. They're not because they don't have to be stuck with them. They can just cut them because all the
Right,
guaranteed
because
money
only
is now
10
gone.
million. Exactly.
All the guaranteed money is
Exactly.
now gone. So
Exactly.
the only
It's not no, because he
remaining
got 10
guarantee,
million the following year.
the only guaranteed money that
Man,
is
10
left
mil
on
is
their books
nothing.
is the 27 for this year. So if I'm the Steelers, I'm not paying 27 million and giving you a third. So you're probably getting a 6th or a 5th at most. 27 million. If he don't perform this year, I can wipe my hands and cut him because all the guaranteed money is gone at this point.
All right,
I don't
so
think no team want to give a draft pick for him.
hold on. Along that same thought line, right? So if I'm only getting a fifth or a sixth for somebody I paid $100 million for, why would I trade them? What is the fifth or a sixth gonna do? Like in all actuality, in the
So you rather that
probability
than
of the
nothing?
draft.
You rather that than nothing? Like, because you're not gonna get anything.
That's what I'm
anything
getting
else.
now. That's what I'm getting now.
No,
I only got
here's what I'm
14
saying.
games
Right
of
now,
renovation.
hold on. Here's what I'm saying. Right now, as of right now, how many draft picks have you got for Kirk?
None. 0.
None. So whatever you're gonna get is gonna be the best you're gonna get. The other
We gonna get
alternative is
it.
to cut them and get
Hey,
nothing.
but see, it could
We gonna
be
get a fourth pick, I
another
think.
way they
No,
looking
because
at
at
it
the
too.
same time, I still have a serviceable backup.
But
That's more
there's
valuable
plenty
than a fifth or sixth round
there's
pick.
plenty of backups in the league.
That's more valuable than a fifth or sixth round pick.
Well, are
I'm
they
not-
as good as
I'm-
Kirk
I'm-
Cousins is?
That's what I was just finna say,
I'm
John.
not going to
Y'all
allow
just complained about
another
Kirk
team
for
to lowball
2
me.
months.
Just
Y'all just
because he
complained
did.
about
Exactly,
Kirk for 2 months.
Kelly. They talking. They robbing you in one hand and giving you the money back in the other. It's the same
No,
thing.
because I
No,
It's the
Kirk
same
We
no.
thing,
just blamed
bruh.
Kirk for the season. We just blamed Kirk
Look.
for the season. We literally just blamed
But
Kirk
I
for the
always
season
said
last
keep
year.
Kirk as a backup.
hurt Kirk Cousins. We blamed a hurt Kirk Cousins for the season. But this is the thing, just like I told you, I think it was 2 weeks ago, Keely, the value in Kirk Cousins being here is just like buying insurance for your car.
That's
He
an assumption that
is.
he goes out there. That's
Well,
the
no.
other assumption.
Hey, what you mean assumption?
The
If
assumption that
he
goes out
better
there.
not, wait a minute, Keely.
Better
He
not or
better
what? What you
not
gonna
act
do?
no
What you gonna
fool
do?
out there talking about I'm not going in. Because
Or
that I would cut him right then, and nobody else.
And he
Well,
still
see,
get his
not
money.
unless a
which is
nut,
what he wants.
lot unless a nut or some desperate team picks him up. Because you can't clown. There's only so much clowning you're gonna be able to do now. And if you refuse to go into a game and you're perfectly healthy to go in,
if you cut him, he will be on another team's
beyond
roster.
that, even beyond
And think about this.
I don't know. I mean, you know,
the rumor is he wants to be a starting quarterback down the line, right? He won an opportunity to be a starting quarterback.
Mhm.
So if you refuse to go into a game when you're called upon, how they gonna look? Who gonna go get you when you when we do release you?
Now, see, I don't doubt within the realm of possibility that there might be somebody who will put him in or who will go get it.
They are, because it's the same logic as Zeke holding out for the Cowboys saying I'm not showing up. Like, you're still gonna play him once he show up. Like, it's the same logic as a holdout. Like, I'm not showing up till I get what I want.
Well, a holdout versus a trade. A holdout versus a trade to a new team. That's two different things, isn't it?
And he was
We're dealing in semantics. We're dealing in semantics. No, we are, because all right. So you want me to pick somebody that's 37 that held out for a contract? Like, we can. There's plenty of people in NFL history that's held out.
But no. Now, see, this is what the difference is. This is what the difference is. Holding out. Hey, hold up. Holding out for a contract. Holding out for a contract is entirely different from leaving the team that you holding out for the contract for and going to a new team.
Holding out because you're not getting what you want.
And what is that? And usually that's money. The money part has been solved.
It doesn't matter.
And that is what I said. That is what I said.
No,
listen, that is why I said earlier that the Falcons are doing him wrong.
John, all right. If all right. So if Kirk says I'm not showing up, how is it any different? How can it be treated any different if Kirk says I'm staying home?
They can find him and get all the money back.
Hey, Winston, what's up now? What's up, Winston?
You can create a poll.
Okay.
In the chat.
I put like this: they can't find.
Let me see how I can
all
do
their
that.
money back, because those fines aren't going to add up to them 90 million.
No, I know it. I was being funny.
But
ask the chat the question.
But here's the most important thing, fellas. You think other players in the NFL ain't looking at this?
Thank you.
and saying, oh, if you so y'all just gonna keep Kirk Cousins basically hot. Like if we're to believe, if we're to follow the logic that everyone's saying here today, because we don't know if they holding him hostage or not. But just following from what we're saying today, let's say they like bump it. We just gonna force you to be a backup. You think other players in the NFL not gonna see that and be like, oh hell no, I'm not going to Atlanta. Hell no. If I play
No,
bad
hey,
or
hey,
something happened and they pay
Look,
me now I'm stuck there. Like other players are going to see
Jesse,
this.
hey, but
I
no
don't
other player
care.
gonna go during the
I
Super
don't
Bowl and
care.
say,
Yeah,
"Oh,
that's you speaking as a fan. That's crazy.
No,
That's
no,
crazy. As a
no, no,
no.
business,
hey,
that
hey,
is
coach,
I,
that will
coach,
never work.
what it gonna do as an organization is gonna weed out the people that actually want to be here and actually perform here
Man,
and live up to what they're getting paid.
no player,
I, hey,
Winston,
bro,
cut it out, bro. No
hell with that.
player that
Hell
is
with that.
playing for Atlanta is saying, I want to be in Atlanta. They're in Atlanta because they getting paid to be in Atlanta.
and it's
If
the
they were
same
getting
with Kirk
paid, if
Cousins.
they were
Jesse
getting
Bates
paid to
came
go
to Atlanta
somewhere
because
else,
he
they
wanted to
would
be
go
in
somewhere else,
Atlanta.
bro.
What are you talking about?
No,
If
no,
Jesse
they were
Bates
coach,
could
paid,
have
coach,
Jesse Bates could
coach.
have went anywhere in the league. He wanted to come to Atlanta. Don't do that.
okay.
If
Don't
Onyemata
do
would have
that.
got a bigger check to go to like the
Oh my
Packers, he probably
goodness,
would be in
crazy.
Green Bay.
For sure.
What was
Come
that,
on, bro.
Keely?
I mean, this is crazy.
Yeah, if Onyemata would have gotten paid more money to play for like the Packers, he probably would be in Green Bay. Like,
For
I mean,
sure.
that's
Okay,
what I'm saying. Like, pay.
And I'm cool with
That's the
that.
whole point of free agency is to get the
I'm cool.
to
I'm
maximize your
cool with
value.
that. I'm cool with
but
that.
see,
Because if you don't want to be here, don't come here.
But why
Do
can't you
not come
keep
here
that
and get
same
a
energy
free
for
check.
Kirk? Why can't you keep that same
wait a
energy
minute,
for Kirk? I don't
wait a minute.
get that.
Because
The
he signed
reason
on the
why,
If you
dotted line
don't
so
want to
that
the
be
I
here,
hey,
then don't
pay.
hey,
be
It's
here.
different.
hold on. Let
It's
me
not
say this.
like
Let me say this.
it's like you sit there and go get married and you stop doing everything you did before you got married to get you to the point of getting married.
How
That
many
makes
players get
absolutely
divorced?
no
How many
sense.
players get divorced in the NFL every single year?
Oh no, wait a minute. Yeah, this is a
how
branch
many
that's not gonna
relationships?
support all of us. We can't get
We
on that branch. That
we
branch
just
gonna break,
we
and
just
we gonna
told.
fall on. We gonna fall
All right,
way
all right,
after
Did we
tree.
all
not?
right.
Did we not just tell
Okay.
Lorenzo Carter to kick
Okay,
rocks?
hold on. Let me say this. Let me say
Where was
this.
the commitment to
Go
Lorenzo
ahead, John.
Carter?
Let
Didn't
me
we just
say
tell him to get
this.
the fuck on?
Let me say this.
How long was
The
Lorenzo Carter here?
the let me say
Why
this.
does the
Let me
time
say
matter?
this,
He
gentlemen.
didn't produce.
Let me say this about
He
that.
didn't
Let me
produce
say this
anything.
about that. See, the main reason that players hold out is because of money.
True.
Okay.
Correct.
The money part has been solved with Kirk Cousins. That man done got broke off. So money is not an issue.
Is that the only reason players would?
I said the main. I said the main.
But that's not my question. I'm asking: is that the only reason a player will hold out?
Exactly.
I haven't heard another. I can't say,
Exactly.
Keely, because I haven't heard another.
I've heard players that just simply did not want to be in that system, did not want to play with that coach, did not want to play with another player. I've heard players want out for those reasons.
Is that a holdout?
It's kind of like on the most of the reason is for money.
Mariota left for what reason? Mariota didn't leave over a contract dispute.
Mariota left because
but here's the point.
No. Mariota did not. Oh, okay.
He did not leave
Mariota. Okay, Mariota.
Contract.
Mariota. Look, that was at the end of the season when he left, wasn't it?
Were there games left to be played?
He quit.
No. He had to get. He said he needed an operation. That's what he said.
That's what he said. But he left for he played with that same injury. It wasn't over.
But whether he he did better than Kurt. Wait a minute, he did better than Kurt. He didn't come after the fact and say he was hurt.
He was going anyway.
He
didn't. No, that's a different scenario. But what
he had an obligation that was unfulfilled. It was his obligation. to play.
To do what?
To be on the team.
He had already been benched.
1 year contract, so it doesn't
He
matter.
had already been benched.
So it was not his job to support the starting quarterback at that point. He left the team.
No.
He left the team. He left the team.
No. Hold on. Did Mariota leave the team?
Yes, he quit on the team. He definitely quit on the team.
Oh, no. Hold. Because see, me and Tidy argued about that. Me and Tidy argued about that all last year. You know, because I could say Matt Ryan left the doggone team
Either way
too.
he put it, his ass was gone.
You know, I could say Matt Ryan quit on the team too.
Wasn't staying in Atlanta.
Well, yeah,
but
I go Winston right. I think Mariota did quit once he found out he wasn't starting.
He quit.
Okay, wait a minute. Hold up.
Staying in Atlanta either way.
Wait a minute. How did Mariota quit? Hold on.
He quit.
How did Mariota? Hold on.
Then he threw the damn ball. And then after that, he miraculously.
Winston, let him ask the question. Winston.
Hold on. How did Mariota quit when he wasn't even playing?
Well, that's what we talking about. He quit.
That's why he quit
after he got benched.
No. You saying that's why? But what I'm trying to figure out.
He left the city of Atlanta. He was no longer in the city of Atlanta.
Can we,
what does that mean? Was he with another team? Wait a minute. Was he with another team?
Oh Lord.
Or was he still Falcons property?
He was at home where Kirk Cousins was probably gonna be at home.
Because the man did not. Mariota said that I'm going to get my knee looked at because my knee messed up.
Which is something that people in the offseason.
Arthur Smith called Mariota into the office.
Quitter, John. That's a quitter.
No, he ain't. No. I mean,
why we can't talk about the past, fellas? Why we can't talk about the season?
He said he was going with Desmond Mariota.
Oh my God!
I can't hear Winston. Wait a minute. Let me hear Winston clearly.
I cannot talk because I ain't saying nothing about these fellas.
Oh, hold on. Let Winston get his point out first.
Cousin Marcus Mariota. Can we talk about the focus on the season and what's going to happen?
We have a moderator, William.
After I listen to what Winston, after we work this out, we will move on to those other things.
4-hour conversation.
John's job is a direct transfer. If we're ever hiring for a moderator, you'll be the first person we'll call, William. But when
after
John has the moderator job.
All right, now see the thing is that hold on, Winston. Hold on one second.
He funny as shit.
Hey, it may be, but hey, when you come into my parlor, when you come into the eye test, ain't no telling which way the roller coaster gonna roll.
Yeah,
do you think? But laughing at Keely. Do you think?
But I'm gonna say this because see. A lot of these things that we are talking about, what I'm trying to do, I'm trying to get clarity on what it is that we're talking about, because there are a lot of references that, we're going back to that are in the past that reflect on what's going on in the future. Why are we where we, basically, why are we where we are?
I mean, somebody gonna lose their job and it's gonna be radio right now.
Why are we where we are? Is very germane to the conversation.
1965. I don't care.
Why we are where we are is germane to the conversation.
About the past.
And one thing that you guys need to remember. One thing that you guys need to remember: those who don't study history are doomed to repeat the problems that you ignore from history.
How about to say the same shit?
I'll give a quick summation, William, of how we got here. So,
we keep talking about the same thing. It start off with Richard McKay's man band since 03. I know exactly what we're talking about.
One more time.
We didn't say nothing about Rich McKay.
William, one more time. Hold on, William. One more time.
William, hold on, William.
One more time. As soon
I ain't heard about Rich McKay.
We can keep going. The minute John job as moderator is up, we will reach out to you and have you apply. But John is the one who dictates the direction in which we go, right? So
yeah, but why we keep talking about Kirk Cousins? The man might get cut.
one more time. As soon as his job is up, we will reach out to you. As soon as his job is up,
I keep talking about Kirk Cousins.
We will reach out to you.
But that's like asking somebody why they got the air on in their house. It's their house. What the hell? What do you mean? Why we talking about it? It's their show, bro. That's what they want to talk about.
Let's move on. Let's talk about what we gonna do. We keep talking about the same thing about his cap space.
Well, you don't have to talk about it, brother.
Well,
you don't have to talk about it.
Before you start making preferences, you need to get your audio correct first. Your audio got to get fixed before you start making preferences and demands on the show. Because we can't even hear you half the time you talk. So
I'm out there. Yeah.
All right. Get a microphone first.
Hold up. All right.
That's crazy.
I'm just,
you know, I have no idea.
Let's go to somebody's house and asking them why they got the AC on.
Oh, hold on. Check his comment. Check
I see that. I see that. William.
Everybody. So all of us, right? Okay.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Well, hey, I mean,
with your 1942 Honda that you paid $80,000 for. Okay.
Hey, bro, hey, man,
that's crazy.
Well, hey, my thing is
to the audience. We apologize, audience. We don't know where that came from.
Yeah. Well, my thing is
how we got there.
Carry on.
I was trying to explain how we got there because the thing is with John debates, he does the plausible deniability stuff. So that's the way he debates. He does the hypotheticals and the plausible deniability. So he does this so you can't be, bro. I'm telling you, every single one of y'all, I know y'all how y'all debate. All y'all think y'all sleep. And what John does, he does the plausible deniability, the hypotheticals, so he can move it around the board. So what he was doing was, then I had to come up with an example. You know what I'm saying? So then I had to come up with the Marcus Mariota example that fits. Well, what about this? Or are you sure about this? Yeah, that's how we got here. Because John does the plausible deniability stuff, man.
Man, it don't even matter if John wanted to talk about midget porn, we'll talk about midget porn. Like it's they show. Like that's crazy. I'm just saying, bro. It's your house. That's me coming in your house and knocking all the shit off your kitchen table. Like it's your shit. You know what I'm saying? A lot of the times I get mad because I can't jump in. But this is not my show. Like, you know what I'm saying? You cannot come up here, people. They open the doors for everybody. You can't come up in here and try and take over shit. This ain't your trap. You can't take over this trap. Like, this is John and Winston shit. You either like it or you get lost. And as a grown man, I've never seen another grown man if you don't like something, just bounce out. We don't need the extraness. Like if you don't like something, keep it moving, kick rocks. Like that shit's crazy. Y'all better than me because I would have spazzed out.
I was trying to.
Yeah, you better than me. I would have spazzed out. That's nuts.
I was kept talking. Man.
Hold on, he calling coach a bitch.
Deion moment right there.
You call me whatever you want to, dog. That shit don't bother me. Keyboard gangsters on dime a dozen, bro.
He need to be mad at the finance company that sold him that shit. Like he mad at me.
You can't as a grown man come to somebody's house and try and tell them how to take care of their house, man.
But look,
I mean, it's just that simple.
Afraid of me to get his ass whooped. Like
right. Like that's just crazy. Anyway, we're not gonna entertain keyboard gangsters, bro. Like I'm a grown man. I don't do that. I don't do that shit.
255, bro. Like I promise, I'm not concerned about nobody.
Yeah, I don't go back and forth with females on the internet, bro.
Like
that's me. Like it ain't gonna happen,
bro. Like the last thing I'm worried about is somebody who can't afford payments on the 9400.
Anyway, bro.
I personally will be in Atlanta for the draft, for the first round of the draft.
Man, you ain't even gonna take it there. Winston, keep, bro.
Matter of fact, I got tickets to the damn draft. Anybody want to go? William, come to the draft with me, William. I'll whoop your ass on the 50-yard line. Come on with me. Like I got.
Oh Lord Jesus, y'all terrible, man.
All right.
Yeah,
Let's get back to the
to the
football
show.
talk.
All right.
Yeah, for sure.
Football talk.
Man,
let William know I got 5
wait a
extra
minute.
tickets. I got
Wait a
5
minute.
extra tickets for the draft. I got 5 extra tickets.
Go ahead, John.
Well, shit, let me get one of them tickets, Keely. Fuck that.
All right.
Man, y'all don't even give me an opportunity to cuss. Damn. I can't even.
Go ahead, John.
I couldn't get out cuss word one with all of the backup. I was, every now and then they need to hear my doggone vocabulary. You know,
I mean that's just crazy, bro.
Winston with machine gun on him, and Coach was back there with the Uzi on him. Man, we couldn't even.
Well. See, I'm sorry.
I appreciate you, King Richard. His phone died. But he might get back on later on. Appreciate you coming through, King Richard.
Yeah. Hey, man.
For anybody who just for future and for everybody, John is the moderator of the show. He dictates direction. He got the mics. He got the mutes button. John dictates the show. And until he decides to not be the moderator, he is the moderator.
Which is why, if you ever notice, if I have something that I want to discuss, I say, hey, John, is it cool if I ask a question to the panel? It's all about respect. At the end of the day, we all grown men up here, man. That's the end all be all. I would say, like, let's move on, get back to football, because we grown men up here. None of us play them type of games that homeboy on, because for damn sure ain't it. I don't do the keyboard gangsters. I don't do the back and forth with females. Like, so you can call me whatever you want to call me. See me in person. And I'm done with that situation.
Yeah.
We got impatient.
That's crazy work, bro. I'll be in Atlanta next month. But John, all right, so quick question.
That was the slim moment for the eye test, everybody.
Don't trick.
We haven't had files ain't been around lately.
Hey John.
They got condemned and shut down. That's what happened to that.
All right, fellas. John first though. Now, since we was on the Kirk Cousins path, right?
Mm-hmm.
How do you think the landscape and his valuability to the rest of the league changed with Russell Wilson signing with the Giants and Jameis Winston signing with the Giants?
Woo, that's kind of a hard question to answer. And I put that out there to the panel to answer that, because what teams are still available? What teams are still available for Kirk Cousins to go to at this point?
Steelers, Browns.
Okay. Steelers and the Browns. Now, let's take the Steelers. You think Kirk Cousins can get along with Arthur Smith?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't see Kirk Cousins being. I think everybody giving that man the bad rap. I don't see him as this big bad. Like Kirk Cousins is a square. His wife dresses him like I don't see him being that type of person. I just really don't.
Okay, now, well, this is the angle I was going at, Coach. Arthur Smith and the only thing I know about Arthur Smith right now, is that Arthur Smith, here, the way that he was as a head coach / offensive coordinator, where it's my way or the highway. Is Kirk Cousins a my way or the highway type of quarterback that can fit under someone who is as authoritative as he is?
I think
I have yet to see anything that would say otherwise. Like, I don't see Kirk Cousins as a prima donna, so I don't think that. Like, again, I just don't think that he would be that type of person. Like, if it's my way or the I feel like he would. Okay, coach, I got you. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I just feel like he'll roll with it.
I'll be honest with you, right? If you look at Arthur Smith offense, Kirk Cousins would be like a perfect fit for it. Because Arthur ain't really trying to push the ball too far out the field. He's trying to hit you with body blows. And that's right up Kirk Cousins' alley. He's still accurate. He don't have as much zip on the ball, but he's still accurate as hell, right? So if your premise is to play 30 yards into the line of scrimmage, Kirk Cousins is a very viable option for what you're trying to do at this
A
stage in his
play.
career anyway.
My bad. I look at what you're describing, John, as a Aaron Rodgers. Like that's the type of person that I feel like would have an issue with the authoritarian type coaching regime. I just don't see I don't see that type of basically knuck if you buck in Kirk Cousins. He's very much a Taylor Swifty. He's gonna go with the flow. You tell him what to do. All right, coach, got it. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
I just don't see that in Kirk. So
yeah.
I feel like Kirk could be able to play anywhere with any coach, and he not gonna rock the boat. He not gonna cause no waves. But again, this is why I say I feel like in the premise that we're talking about. That Atlanta is wrong in keeping him. I feel like, man, you gotta let him go, because if he was a holdout, like you said, he got the money. So let's say he was up for a contract right now, he was holding out. They would either cut him or they would trade him. You know what I mean? Like it will be a different story. But you decided to give that man guaranteed money. You decided to go get him, to court him, bring him to Atlanta, and then turned around and drafted another quarterback. You decided all these things. The only thing Kirk did was play horribly. So at that point basically punish him and force him to be your backup when you did all of this? Like it's all on Terry Fontenot and them, and really nothing on Kurt outside of he played bad. I mean, that's really all he did.
So,
All right, Red, what you think?
Oh yeah, go ahead. Hey, Coach, I got a question after on the rest of the panel go through.
Yeah, I get that, Toddy. Yeah, like I'm not saying the Falcons owe him anything, bro. Like I get that I get that the Falcons paid him. I get his business. I understand all that. What I'm saying is, if under no fault of Kirk Cousins did absolutely nothing to the Falcons organization. So why treat him as if he did? Like he came in here, he slapped Arthur Blank across the face, and then slept with Terry Fontenot and Rich McKay's wife and daughters. Like he did nothing. He came, he played, he was a all intents and purposes a model citizen for the Atlanta Falcons. Why not look out for him? That's my whole point.
What we were talking about for a minute.
Yeah, I mean, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, why not look out for the man? He did nothing.
I mean, give him up for net if you're not gonna get anything. Like it just to me, I'm sorry, I'm answering tighter question. Like if the probability that you're gonna get anything, and I think when I kept bringing up the Locked On Falcons guy, he made a very poignant argument in the fact that, like, all right, in all probability, if you are to trade him, the most you're probably in all likelihood going to get is like a 6th or 7th round pick. And given Terry's history, that 6th or 7th round pick is going to be virtually nothing because you're not going to turn that into some type of player. So, like, hold him for what? No, hold him for what? But
like Kurt doesn't have the equity to have the control that he wants to have right now. You play
But
for
it's
him
not
for 14 games.
exactly.
You can't.
That makes my point even more there, Winston.
No, it
He don't have the
doesn't.
equity. He didn't do it. He was only here for a year. He didn't do anything. Why not help the man find another team? I get what y'all are saying. My point
I'm
is,
not
it
giving up
looks,
100 million for a 5th or 6th round pick. That's a dub.
what?
Point
I
blank
mean,
period.
you've already done it.
I'm
Like
not
it's
doing it.
your fault. It's your
No,
fault. You've already done it.
I
All right, then
look.
you're not gonna get anything.
I am not
Somebody got to
giving
be
up
in.
$100 million for a 5th or 6th round pick. For all that, you can be my backup.
Okay.
Period.
All right. And maybe
Okay,
and
so you
if
gonna
he
pay
shows
100
up
million? So you gonna pay 100 million for somebody to sit on the bench? Got it.
and
I mean,
that's if he
either way
shows
you
up to
put
be
it,
on the
you do.
bench. Like
Either way
because
you put it,
if he
you're
doesn't
going
show
to
up, you still got to pay up. You still got to go get a backup because if he don't show up, you still got to go get a backup.
I mean, no matter what you say, you pay him $100 million. You say you don't want to get
hold
a 5th or
on.
6th, right? But you pay him 100 to sit on the bench and do nothing.
Hold on. Because to what Keely just said there, Keely said, if he doesn't show up, you still got to pay him. No, you don't.
No, I said you have to go get a backup.
Yeah, you can go get a backup, but
so you still got to pay more to go get a backup.
If he elects not to play, that his contract what was it?
Breach of contract.
No, it's detrimental. It's detrimental
It's
to
a
the
breach of
organization.
contract.
Oh yeah, the
Right.
conduct detrimental to the team.
Conduct
They can
detrimental.
find the hell out of it.
So now I can recoup that money. I can recoup
You can't recruit.
So
You can't
therefore,
recoup what
the
you already
guaranteed
paid
money
him.
that you spoke. No,
You can
because
only
he
recoup what you're supposed to pay him. You can't recoup what you already done paid him last year. That's gone.
He already got.
Oh yeah, that money gone. That money gone.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You can
know
only
that.
recoup the future earnings.
That
The
money
future
gone.
earnings. Right.
He already got it for 62 million. Right?
Right.
His 27.5 is due this year. Spread out over
His future.
All right.
His
So here, can
future
I read y'all what I
earnings.
just
Correct.
looked up?
That's what I said.
Can I read y'all what I just looked up?
37.5. Right? All right. So if he decides not to play, if we call upon him to play, we can recoup that money.
Hold on.
So it behooves
his
future
earnings.
If we call him.
So
his future earnings is $37.5 million.
Right. That's what I just said. That's what I just said, Winston. It's the future earnings.
It says that money can be recouped if the contract specifies and allows for it. So if it's written in his contract that they can recoup that money, then they
every player got it.
I don't know if it's every player because it says it's specified that if it's within their contract, if the contract allows for it.
Okay, now do the team rules of protocol, rules of conduct of the team.
The team can find him, yes.
They probably have. What was that?
Here's it says in terms of the CBA allows the team to attempt to recoup some of the signing bonus. This has become known as the Barry Sanders rule. So it says, according to the CBA, it allows them to attempt to recoup some of the signing bonus.
Yeah. All right. So now, how much was his signing bonus? Because it was a big portion of the 62.5 that he got last year.
What was it?
We can go get that. I want to say it was like 50.
Yeah, so they can recoup a portion of it.
Yeah, they can recoup that. And I know there is a clause in his contract.
That's what I'm sitting there saying. Like, it's so much more power that the Falcons actually have if he want to keep acting an ad. If he don't want you to play, we can go get that money. We can go get that.
And I promise you that would players are looking at that, bro. Players are looking at that.
Wait a minute.
I don't want nobody that gonna be here that don't want to be here.
Now, you remember Michael
That's
Vick.
with the Falcons culture. They don't have no culture. You just picking up players, plugging and playing, plugging and playing, plugging and playing.
I don't think standing on this hill of going against Kirk is going to establish a culture, though. Like it can be more problematic than it's worth.
Absolutely,
it doesn't establish a culture, is establish a baseline. The Falcons doesn't have a baseline. That's the issue.
Saying, all right, here's what I'm saying. If the repercussions of it may be more, it may not be worth it, because all right, for a GM, all of this is relationships, like with the agents and all of that. Like, so if you're going to then establish a bad relationship with this agent who's going to have more clients, like, and this is a relationship business, and that's not to say that agent doesn't have other agent friends, or like it can go bad. Like there are pros and cons to every action.
Yeah, I get that, but at the same time, but all right, now we've all watched the Falcons for over 20 years, at least, right? All right, how many players have came in here, we done went got, and they performed just bottom of the barrel trash?
The Falcons let them go. That's my point. The Falcons have let them go. The Falcons didn't sit there and make it like Keely said. The Falcons didn't sit there and die on the hill of keeping them, even when they were garbage. They let them go. Okay, go ahead.
Then the money
is still spent, bro.
Well,
it doesn't really matter.
That the problem that you address, Winston. How does this fix that? The problem that you address of we bring in guys at the end of their career like OC and Steven Jackson. How does this Kirk situation or taking a stance fix that?
All right. So, all right. Steven Jackson contract was what, 3 years? A 3-year contract or 2?
I don't remember.
He lasted for. It wasn't a lot of guaranteed money tied up into that.
No, all right. So you can use whatever example you want. I was just throwing names out there so
all right. So you gotta understand the magnitude of it. When you tie up $100 million into a player, I'm not sitting just letting you walk after 14 games.
That's how does that fix the situation that you were talking about? It's not bad business, but how does that business? All right. So
it wasn't bad business when Denver did it.
All right. So here's my question, and that's very true. It wasn't bad business.
Denver was on the line for 85.
Well, hold up.
15 more million.
Now, prior to Denver,
we're only on the line for 27 now.
Hold up.
Question.
We're on the
Let me insert this. The definition of bad business has changed, because when we had the biggest cap hit in NFL history, we thought it was bad business. Denver said, hold my beer. Okay. And then they did what they did. So bad business as a definition, and you're going to be using it if you're going to use money or lost money or money that you can't recoup as a definition as to what bad business is. Hey, those owners out there in Denver decided to eat that. Okay. I wouldn't do it personally.
Do you know why, John? Well, none of us know, but do you think I'm gonna use my my power of deduction to say why I think they did it? Because it's worse business to keep a player on your roster who clearly doesn't want to be there. It sends a bad message to future players that want to come to your team. That's why I believe they said, we'll eat it, let him go, and we'll move on.
All right, so along the line, Yasin is saying that it's good business to go, just let him go, right? All right. Now, like John just alluded to, he just said Atlanta had the biggest cap hit in NFL history until Denver came along and topped it, right? All right. So is it not bad business to turn around and do the exact same thing again?
But you have literally already done that, though.
But how did it go bad for Denver, though? So why would it be repeated?
Well, this what happened with Denver was
remember the last time Denver won?
They were in the playoffs last year. The minute they cut Russ, they went to the playoffs with their rookie quarterback. Like they just moved on.
Okay, yes, they did. They did. But can you guarantee, and I know what your answer is going to be, can you guarantee that that's going to work for all teams like that? Wouldn't you? If the money,
haven't we moved on to our rookie quarterback?
What was that, Coach?
I said we did the same. We did the same thing. We moved on to our rookie quarterback.
Do the Falcons have a defense? Do the Falcons have a defense that sit there and stands up to Denver defense to nurture a rookie quarterback?
Can John ask his question? Go ahead, John.
Yeah, my bad, John. Go ahead.
Well, I thought I had. I mean, see,
it did.
There is no.
I didn't hear it again. Well, can you repeat it?
Okay, I was saying, was there any guarantee that this was going to work out for them?
Is there a guarantee that keeping Kurt will work out for us?
No,
there's
no guarantee either way.
That's
they had a defense.
No guarantee either way. It is it is a decision. It's one of those dice rolls. It's one of them dice rolls.
Let me just say this about business, right? So there are plenty of scenarios in which you're
exactly, Taddy. Exactly. They forget that part.
It doesn't. The time frame doesn't matter. It doesn't.
Yes, it does.
Because it doesn't. It doesn't.
When you look at the guaranteed money on the contract, the time frame means everything.
How much money was owed to him in that final year in which they cut him?
A lot.
There we go.
Almost the exact same amount that's owed to Kirk Cousins right now. It's the same thing.
What matters is the amount of money that was owed that season.
If I'm not mistaken, it was $59 million that was owed to Russell Wilson. If I'm not mistaken, it was $59 million.
The reason it doesn't matter in the context I'm speaking of, because I wasn't speaking in a context in which that would apply. The context in which I'm talking about it is in Russ last year, the money that was owed to him and the money that is owed to Kirk in this year. That's the context in which I'm speaking of. So in that context, the time doesn't matter, but
don't guarantee money. When you look at the contract, the only thing you look at
that's what I initially said. What I said hasn't changed, Title. So I'm not responsible for what other people say, but what I said and what the point I was making has not changed. But,
well, okay, now that you said that, it's the money. No matter how long. I mean,
how much money was owed to Russ when Denver made the decision to cut him?
Wasn't it 80-something million? I don't know.
I'm pretty sure it was 59 million. Okay. I'm pretty sure it was somewhere around 59 million.
And as of right now, the Kirk number is 27, right?
Mm-hmm. That was 30 instead of 37. Because it's 27 this year and 10 next year.
All right. Now, how many years did Russ give them? 2.
Okay.
Kirk only gave us 14 games. You don't cut.
That's an emotional response. That's an emotional response.
Not an emotional response.
Why do you care about how many years that he gave them? They didn't enjoy the year. They didn't enjoy the year. They were mad about the year.
Okay. Well, let me ask.
Hold on, John. Let me
go ahead, because I got a question I got to ask. Go ahead, Winston. Go ahead.
All right. I pay you $100 million. I pay you $100 million over a span of 3 years. Right? I only get what? Roughly 3 months out of you of work.
It's a sunk cost. That money is gone. What you got, whatever you were going to get for that money, you already got the product of it. So you pay what you paid for in 2024. You got what you paid for 2024. You didn't like the results. You invested in Kirk for 2024. He gave you his best for 2024. That money is spent and it's gone. It's a sunk cost. So whatever Russ did in 2021 or 2020 or whatever them years, it was a sunk cost. When they approach that offseason, they can only account for the money moving forward. Whatever they paid Russ, if Russ gave them 25 touchdowns for the money that they spent, that's what they got for their money.
And that is my point. At this point,
Okay. All right. Now, and that makes my
does it
question.
make more sense? Well, go ahead, John. Go ahead, John.
See, well, I'm going to say this. That makes my question even more. It makes my question, something I can ask. Cause see, I just thought about my question. I just want to make sure I frame it right.
Like in business, you don't always recoup your money.
No,
like
hold on,
you're gonna invest and you're gonna have bad investment.
Hold on, Keely. Let John get the John out.
Well, yeah, I was using Keely talking to give me a little time to think about it. But see, okay, how much of this money that we have paid Kirk Cousins and that we owe Kirk Cousins, are we saying that we have lost? Are we saying that we have lost the entire contract because of the short time that he played and the plans that we had for him? Or are we saying that we are losing this next year's money for him? Because see, I'm looking at the bang for the buck. For $62 million.
If we trade him, we'll save 37.5. If we trade him. If we cut him, you smack for the whole 100.
So to answer your question, John, the contract is
if you trade him, you only hit for the 37.5.
And if you keep them, what's the scenario? What's the financial ramification if you keep them?
The 65.5 that we already paid him. If we don't trade him and we cut him, we smack for the entire 100.
And if we keep them as the backup, financial ramifications of that,
we're still paying 100.
Okay.
So then, therefore, I have a serviceable backup that I've already paid for. Instead of having to go buy another one.
If he choose to fill that role.
And if he don't, then I just get the money back. So either way,
you won't. So it depends on what you can recover, depending on how that contract is structured. So we know you can recoup some of that signing bonus, but you're paying him 27.5. So we know the guaranteed salary is still coming his way. So sometimes you're not gonna always recoup your money. So sometimes in business, you're gonna take a loss and your forecasting is like, all right, I'd rather just get out from under this money because I'm not gonna recoup my money. Like I remember at Coca-Cola, they were trying to get people there was shortage on cane sugar, basically.
Exactly, Tyler. Go ahead, Keely. Coca-Cola was short on cane sugar.
I was reading Toddy.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So they had an initiative to try to get a replacement sweetener called stevia, right? So they had Coca-Cola Life. It was in a green package. They were putting it on bottles. They put a lot of marketing behind it, a lot of money behind it, right? Nobody bought it. Like nobody wanted it.
It tastes like shit.
And it was probably that green label. It wasn't Coca-Cola for some people.
And regardless of it, they took a loss and they cut their losses. They was like, look, it is what it is. We've already put millions of dollars in this. We probably only made 100,000 back on it. So we're in the hole 900,000. But why keep sinking money more into it? Like it is what it is. Like we'll move on. We're only going to end up doing more damage by keep trying to push it on people. Like then we might lose customers. Like and that's business. Like you don't always recoup your money. Sometimes you have to cut your losses and keep it moving.
So along the same path that you just said, right? Wouldn't it make more sense to trade Kirk?
It makes the greatest sense to trade him.
Desirable for both sides.
It makes the greatest sense to trade him,
which is our point.
It makes the greatest. perfect scenario for me to wake up next morning. There's a Lamborghini outside.
Hey, John, go back
but that
to
doesn't mean it's gonna happen.
comment.
Well, I mean, that's
all right. So I'll answer that.
Because I'm already paying for it. I'm already paying for a high-end backup.
All right.
What
So
is keeping that?
And there's pros and cons to everything. Are there any potential negative consequences to keeping them? Can nobody see any negative consequences?
Is there any negative consequences of just cutting?
Well. Let's deal with Keith's question first. I'm gonna say no, because and the reason I'm saying no, if you want people and when you say negative consequences for either party or the Falcons,
for the Falcons.
I see none. I see
Raheem having to answer questions about Kirk throughout the season.
Those the fleas that come with the dog.
Those are unnecessary fleas. Avoid
Hey, they never should have doggone picked that dog up.
and it's unavoidable. You can literally avoid this.
But since you're in it.
Denver was in it.
Okay, what? And Denver made a choice. Made a choice. Okay. Hey, are we gonna keep him, or we gonna
that don't mean he's not gonna be ass tighty?
Hey, we gonna keep him, or we gonna keep him, or either eat this $56 million and let him go. That's the decision they made. Now it worked out for them because the rookie that they got in this place worked out. Okay, and just like you say, Keelan, those are the dice you have to roll. And whichever way it goes, it's gonna go that way. Now, there's gonna be plenty of people, regardless of what it is that we decide to do, that's gonna do the hindsight is 2020 bit and tell us y'all shouldn't have never this and that, and y'all shouldn't have never that and this. Why did y'all let him go? Why did y'all keep him?
Though.
Say what?
But they get paid for foresight.
Yeah, and hindsight too.
No, they get
hindsight too.
They get fired for hindsight, just like Terry's gonna get fired for this contract.
Well, they get fired for hindsight too. If they had known,
I'm glad you jumped on that train now.
Yeah, I mean, see, my thing is
he's finally on board, Winston. He's finally on board.
And see, the thing that I'm looking at.
On board? Huh?
Keely on board with firing Terry.
Oh shit. Yeah.
I mean,
I think Keely already was.
But I think it's unavoidable. Like
on over to the
I'm saying GMs don't get the benefit of
hindsight.
Hindsight can't save their jobs. Like they don't get the benefit of hindsight. Like they get fired for being wrong for picks, for being wrong for decisions.
Right. Hey, can I jump in and answer that question?
Hey, go ahead, Coach.
So to answer Keely's question, in my opinion, I think it does. There definitely is a possibility of a negative consequence. And again, this is under the assumption that Kirk wants a trade in Atlanta, don't want to trade him. They just want to keep him in his backup. Because again, none of us know. We don't know what's going on right now. We're just speaking. But in that instance, I would say yes. And again, I would use Denver as my example. They, regardless on however many, like you said, however many years that Russell Wilson played for Denver, they were still willing to cut him when he wanted to get gone. They wanted him gone. They still were willing to cut him and eat the money. That is for a player that is showing player friendliness. Like we will work with you. We're going to do.
He was hated by the head coach. The head coach did hate it
again, and I feel like just from the comments that our GM is saying, like it's sort of on the same. The feelings seem kind of mutual. Like he feels about Kirk the way that he felt about Russell. Like it just kind of feels that way. But anyway, I think it
Well, he probably
shows
would,
a
if
player
that was really the case,
friendliness.
don't you think he would cut him? If he
No,
really hates
because again,
him?
that's my point. They're looking to get something back, and like Keely said, sometimes you just got to cut your losses and move on. Because what are we doing right now? We are debating this move. If we're doing it, other other fans are doing it, other stations are doing it. It's going to be a constant snowball effect of every week in, week out. We're asking, what's going on with Kurt? What's going on with Kurt? What's going on with Kurt? Y'all gonna trade Kurt? Y'all gonna trade Kurt? Y'all gonna trade Kurt? Like sometimes just move on.
Just
Like get the
imagine Penix have a
divorce.
bad game.
Hold on.
Just imagine Penix
Get,
have a bad game.
Hold on. Let me ask y'all this. Cause y'all keep
I think it's so
y'all,
negatively.
y'all keep referencing Russell Wilson. Do y'all remember what happened when Russ first got to Denver?
You gonna let us know?
He showed up in that big Hummer.
And why they wanted him out? So y'all remember when he first got there, he wanted his own office.
Yeah.
And they gave it
Oh
to
yeah,
him.
that's right. Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, he wanted his own office. He
And
wanted
they
an
gave it to
office
him.
for his people. He
Yeah,
wanted parking
he got
spots
his
for
own
his
office.
people. And his trainer, that's exactly why Sean Payton wanted his ass gone.
none of that matters though, bro. None of that matters.
All that shit
It
comes
don't.
into play. That's why he
It
paid the
don't.
money to get his ass
If
fired.
Russ threw 50 touchdowns that year, you think Sean Payton would care about that office?
Stop it.
Yes.
I
You
don't think
can't
so.
sit there and do that.
Yes.
Because what he did,
Oh
he
my goodness.
alienated the team.
And the reason, go ahead, Wilson, you finish. Cause see, I got a perfect example for that.
From day one, he alienated the team. Kirk came in here, he took it and talked a little too much, but the team, the players and shit, love his ass.
I don't see what they got to do with the front office. The front office took the money. Like they took
Russ got cut. Russ was gonna be gone regardless. When Sean Payton took the job, he was gonna be gone.
My point,
could they have
we're
benefited
trying
with
to
a
make,
trade?
did
Could
they
they have
eat the
benefited from a
money?
trade? Could they have
Regardless
benefited
on
from a trade? Could they have
exactly,
benefited from a trade?
Yeah, they could.
Yeah, but they chose not to, right? Same situation. They could have benefited from a trade, but they chose not to. So no matter if they loved him or not,
bro.
No matter if
It
they loved
doesn't
him or
matter.
not,
They ate the money.
You cannot compare the two situations. You cannot do it.
How can you not? They ate the money that was guaranteed them.
We can always say, well, one has red tennis shoes, one has green. We can always draw contrast, no matter what. Like we can create whatever contrast you want. You can give me identical twins. I can come up with a contrast.
Okay.
But the point is, they could have benefited from a trade, but they chose not to.
Hold on, Q. I don't have my laptop with me. Anybody, please look up Russell Wilson's contract in Denver. And we all agree he played 2 years there, right?
Oh boy.
One
I think so.
One under the OC guy, Nate, whatever, and then one under Sean Payton.
Hackett?
Yeah, Hackett.
And then Sean Payton. Okay.
And the point.
I didn't want to see his contract and the guaranteed money and stuff.
Okay.
I can't pull it up.
254 million.
The Broncos ate 85 million in dead money.
That's not what I asked. I said, what was his guaranteed money?
I'm finna show you. I'm finna tell you.
I agree. I don't think Sean Payton liked him.
No, he didn't.
Oh, he hated his ass.
He said that from Jump Street.
But with that being said, like trading was also an option.
What did you ask? Hold on. What did you ask?
Trading was also an option.
What was his guaranteed money? And what was the structure of it?
One.
I'm
not sure. It was guaranteed 161. He got.
I'm not sure Terry likes Kirk right now.
At signing.
So he got 124 at signing out of 161. And he played.
Well, no, he got okay. It was a 5 year, 242 million contract.
Okay.
$50 million signing bonus, 124 guaranteed at the signing, and total guaranteed 161 million.
How much? 161?
Yeah, 161.
All right. How much you got paid on his second year? How much you got paid in his first 2 years?
Hold on.
But it says that they ate an 85 million dead cap hit when they cut him. By making that decision, they took on the 85 million.
And in 2024, it was this past year is 53 million that they ate.
Let me see if it break it down by year.
Yeah, that was a sport track.
I got you, Winston. They gave me a year breakdown. You say what year? What year you looking for?
2022, 2020. No, correction. 2022 to 23 to 24.
All right. The first year he got 57. That was his salary, 57 million. Second year, the year Sean was done with his ass, he got 28 million.
Yeah.
And that was it. They cut him after that and ate the rest of it.
All right. So now they got 2 years of service out of him. They started. He was a starting quarterback. Right? All right.
Right.
Now his guarantee money was 160.
Well, they benched him. Didn't they bench him for like the last 4 games in that second year?
Yeah, they benched. Yeah, he got benched.
They benched him.
Okay.
They benched him. All right. Okay. That was in year 2 though, right?
Year 2.
Mm-hmm.
So roughly they got what, 20-something games, almost 30 games out of him?
Yeah, pretty much. He got about 47. No, he got more than that. No, you're right. Go ahead. I'm good. I said something wrong.
All right. So in comparison, we got 14 games out of Kurt.
Okay.
Yeah. You want me to bring up that contract?
I know it.
I mean, so if they spent money on Russ and Russ played those games that he was paid, what's the point?
Well,
like it's spent money.
I'll do you one better. Look, what is Russ stats his last season in Denver compared to Kirk Cousins?
Hold on, Winston. I forgot this part. They actually paid Russ. Denver still had to pay Russ last year.
I know.
And that's the only reason Pittsburgh paid him $1 million. Is because
I know.
Yeah, they paid him 53 million.
I said that a long time ago. But they keep no, they still paid him. That's why they paid him on the $1 million. He got paid was it 48
Pittsburgh paid him $1 million. Denver paid him 37 million.
I know it.
Whoa, wait a minute.
Yeah,
I thought that money the next team was supposed to pay him.
No.
He was cut.
Oh, because he was cut.
Cut him. Because he cut him.
And they still owed him.
If you're traded,
it goes.
Then that contract goes.
That's what I've been saying for the past 3 shows.
Okay.
I guess I was. Then we've been saying the same thing because
for real.
The contract goes with you if you trade it. However, the probability of him getting traded isn't high.
So therefore, if I'm still having to pay for him, and he's going into his second year of the contract, it makes more sense for me to keep him as a backup unless I find a valuable goddamn trade partner.
But where I disagree with your statement is where you say it makes more sense. It doesn't make more sense. That was the reason why I asked, all right, there's pros and cons to every decision. True. And the cons could possibly outweigh that decision to keep him. If we could fast forward down into this season and all hell and it could fracture the locker room, it could disturb Penix's growth, all this different kind of stuff, any of the possibilities, it could be a problem for future players that want to come to Atlanta. There's any type of possibility that could come from this versus just cutting your losses and go. So we can't say that it makes more sense when we don't know what the ramifications are. And that's the part of having foresight because it could go bad. There's a lot of things that can happen.
Let me ask you this then. All right. So seeing the landscape of how quarterbacks is falling and stuff, who you gonna pick up?
Want me to go down the list of available quarterback free agents? Because I remember we talked about Carson Wentz was one of them right there. He played in the same system.
Is he still out there?
Yeah, there's plenty of quarterbacks still out there.
That's what I get right there. Get out of here, Kurt. Bye.
So you gonna pay Kurt 27.5?
I am finna see if I'm Terry. I'm not. I got charm. Folks around the league.
Sometimes peace of mind is so valuable. Sometimes peace of mind is so valuable to say, and that's where I keep coming back to the Denver situation, because Sean Payton was like, I don't care, let's get it over with. We moving forward. We're gonna get our new quarterback in Bo Nix, and we're just gonna move forward. And they started a new era with it.
I don't have an issue with that at all, because that was the first time that Denver ever made a move like that. That was the first time Denver ever made a move like that. We just did that not too long ago. And we about to turn around and do the same thing again? No, sir. No, sir. That's a dub. That's a dub. It's not going to happen. We're not going to cut him.
So quarterbacks currently available, Aaron Rodgers, of course, but he's going to pick his place. Trey Lance, Drew Lock, Joe Flacco, Carson Wentz, Case Keenum, Easton Stick, Josh Johnson, Teddy Bridgewater, C.J. Beathard, Tyler Huntley, Jeff Driscoll, Desmond Ritter, Sam Ellinger. They got a bunch of people that's still available.
Carson Wentz is the only one I probably want out of all them names.
No, because Carson doesn't have his legs anymore. So he doesn't fit the offense that we're trying to run. So you got to look at all that too. See, Kurt, we didn't open up the offense the way we actually really wanted to do. You saw the offense change when Pennis was in there.
Teddy Bridgewater.
That's what I was in the thinking.
That's why I said get Trey Lance on a cheap deal and let Kurt go on about the business.
Man, haven't we seen enough of that
Trey
guy?
Lance still got to be developed. So
It really don't matter if we think that MPJ is going to be the future and barring him getting hurt. I mean, does it really matter? I mean, we had that bum shop in the back in the quarterback room for years. It's like he never even
to be developed.
Coach. You don't want MPJ to get hurt. And you go to another young guy. You prefer a veteran like Bridgewater, right?
I understand what you're saying. I get that. That's what I get it. What I'm saying is, if anything, if getting a backup is so important, I mean, you still got Trey Lance out like that. Like he just read the list of names. Go ahead and bring him on up in here and keep it moving.
Volunteers, not hostages.
Hey, Keely.
Right.
Okay, now that's
okay. Keely, quick question. I saw something earlier, but I didn't know if it was true or not. And I ain't see an ESPN alert. Trey Lance still a free agent in the NFL. He didn't go to CFL, right?
No, I didn't see anything about CFL. I saw something about regarding him. What was it? He was unsigned, and the Cowboys weren't gonna pick him back up or something like that.
That's why I ain't posted in the group. But I ain't have time to sit there and actually look it up and shit.
It said he's added to CFL negotiation list.
Because I've seen John that like he had signed with the team that his dad used to play for or some shit like that.
Yeah, so he giving up on the NFL?
I mean, he might not got a spot in the NFL.
And I think
might not.
Like, all right.
So here's the news that Winston. Here's the news
that healthy your first 2-3 years. Got traded to Dallas. You sat behind Dak. Like,
here's the news.
Don't nobody know what you are. because you haven't played enough games. Don't nobody
Right. Well, see, I'm not campaigning to get him. I'm just saying he is the option. Like grab him, grab it, whoever, and let that man go on about his business. That's my point.
Everybody. I found the article. So what the news is that it says Dave Naylor of TSN reports that the CFL Saskatchewan Roughriders have added Lance to their negotiation list. This move gives them the team exclusive rights to negotiate a contract with Lance in the event he wants to continue his career in Canada. There has been no sign of the 49ers first round pick in eyeing such a move, but Lance's father, Carlton, did play for the team in '93.
All right. I knew I seen something about it earlier.
Eventually, you got it out, Keely.
But I mean, I put it in the chat.
Okay. Now,
I appreciate that, bro.
I might restart a fire.
Hold on, John. Before you do that, hey fellas, I'm gonna back out real quick. I got some stuff to do, but I'm gonna be listening. I'm just not gonna be on the show. My bad. Go ahead, y'all. I'll holler at y'all.
All right, coach.
Hey, bro.
All right, man.
Appreciate you coming through, bro.
Hey, coach. Oh, I'll tell him later. But what I was gonna say,
that motherfucker drop signal faster than goddamn AOL.
Shoot.
James just asked for the link.
Oh, okay. Where you at? Oh man, I'm messing around here and then scroll because I didn't see
Hold up, James. It's coming.
All right, James, here come the link. And man, shoot, train left the station hours ago.
The matter of the fact is,
James talked to you like a disappointed father, man.
No bullshit. Y'all thought I was the only one that peed this junk.
Yep. You be like, red. Come on.
But like,
come on,
like
red.
It's the understanding.
I be like, man, I'm disappointed, James. Man, let me take my comments back.
Here's the issue. Let's work this out. Let's figure this out together.
The issue is you ain't my starter. Get out, or I'm gonna hold you until Pittsburgh come begging on their knees, hands and knees. Please give us Kurt. We can't go into the season with Mason Rudolph. Well, you gonna, because if what I'm hearing about the Vikings still talking to Aaron Rodgers, if the Vikings sign Rodgers, then they ain't gonna have no choice but to call us for Kirk. I don't care how much they don't want to give up something. If the Vikings sign Skeet, then Pittsburgh will be on that phone to Terry.
I will say this. I think
he's not going to Vikings. Vikings already out. They was out last week. They already said we don't want them.
They still talking. They still talking.
I don't know if the Steelers. Louis Riddick had reported that the Steelers were interested in some of the quarterbacks in the draft, not named Cam or Shador. So,
Jackson Dart or something of that nature.
Yeah, and that's what Louis Riddick had reported.
You know who would be nice out there though? To be honest,
I know Steelers want Jackson Dart. That's who they want. But look, that's a chance you taking, Steelers. That is a chance. And if you mess up, you stuck with Mason Rudolph. You hear me? Stuck with Mason Rudolph. So Steelers, stop fucking around and pick up that phone and call us. You know you want to give up something. You want Mason Rudolph as your starter with Pickens and DK Metcalf. Boy, you talk about Drummond. If you thought we had Drummond tonight,
he got that call. That's what that was. Coach got that call.
Yeah, hey, coach, man, it be like that on them big job, bro. Flat out. but
oh, that's a possibility. I don't.
Oh yeah, I forgot about him. Yeah, that's another guy they were looking at too. Man.
Hey, James,
they still taking risk though, because if they don't get their guy.
Sir.
What's up, James?
What's going on? And Wentz it's not that. It's with that being said, that's why I say man.
Oh, my bad, brother. I ain't trying to misconstrue your quotes.
Well, you misconstrued it all the way right there, Walt. But now
I'm a generalizer. Yeah.
Man, that's simply pineapple. That's some good juice.
Now, what's up? What's up, John?
That hit took you back, didn't it?
Yeah. Hey, man, shoot. Great.
Yeah, put that cup down like, woo! That's right.
Man, let me tell you something, boy. That dog gonna run with that stuff, man. Good grief. I'm glad I ain't got nowhere else to go.
So,
tell you that.
Hey, James.
Hey, Winston, John looked like no more cheers. I think he took that first super bill. Woo!
Woo! We
like, hey, John wanted to call his name. Hey, everybody, it's John. What up, John? Give me some of that pineapple with rum. Woo.
They be like, John, carry your ass in the house. It's 1 o'clock in the morning. Carry your ass in the house.
Hey, man, shoot.
Hey,
Wait till the summertime. I'm pulling an all-nighter right outside the door. Gonna have the dog on stereo blasting all out the garage and everything.
Hold on.
What you got? What you got, kid?
Wait a minute. Did y'all hear something about Dax getting traded to somebody?
Hold on.
Yeah, hold on, Red.
Gonna like this. Winston gonna like this. Hold on. I'm putting the
You heard that, James?
Yeah, I heard it. I heard it from a couple sources.
I'm on my phone, so I can't.
Oh, your boy Bron is being real super petty with this war with Stephen A.
Oh yeah, I saw that before I came on.
Oh, shit. No,
you just not seeing that?
You talking about the post with got him boxing?
Yeah. I seen that before he came on. Then he had the next picture. He had Young Dolphin Key Glock over there laughing.
You got to understand too, though.
He got Stephen A. He got the picture of Stephen A. uppercutting it and boxing and stuff.
Oh man.
I thought you were talking about in Pat McAfee appearance.
No, this is
so Stephen A. said on his show, either on his show or
it said 50 minutes ago. He posted it 50 minutes ago.
Yeah, I know. But Stephen A. said either on his show or on Gilbert Arena.
I know where you're going.
If LeBron had bucked at him, like he was gonna hit him, he would have swung on him.
Yeah, he said that on this show.
Yeah. So then LeBron should have made that meme.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So that was LeBron's response to what Stephen A. said.
Stephen A.
What he said. Yeah, what he said on this show.
I like this one right here because I've been waiting for somebody to get on Stephen A. because he do talk a lot of stuff, but I never in a million years thought it would be LeBron that's going there. I mean, I got to give LeBron some props. He using his platform actually to do something I like, and that's getting Stephen A. Smith ass because he do be talking some shit, man.
Yeah, but I keep it a band though, and this outside of being a LeBron fan, if LeBron like really pushed the issue, he could cancel Stephen A.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's why I like what he do because somebody should have been got in his ass.
I don't know. Because the more he
really,
yeah, really, LeBron really has it. Like, all right, you got to think about it.
You know, John. I usually don't agree on LeBron stuff, but I got to give Winston got a point
I think him doing this turns Stephen A. up. It just makes him more popular.
That's it because you got to think about it.
Stephen A. Folk were clowning Stephen A. for this lame coming because everybody knows Stephen A. ain't gonna swing on LeBron with his coward self. If he was gonna do, why he didn't do it in the arena?
He went on. He went on the whole Taylor Swift tour just off of that incident. That's what I'm saying. Like that's what he episode,
does. He like to run his mouth.
That next First Take episode was probably one of the biggest ones he had, all because him going back and forth with LeBron.
Yeah. And then you gotta look at on top of that.
You mean he's hyping him up, giving him some props instead of
yes, Ray, because if you look at it, he just resigned this deal with ESPN for $100 million.
That's what I was gonna bring up.
So
he signed that deal before this beef happened.
No, that's what I'm saying. Listen to me. So that's why they won't really do nothing to Stephen A. Smith because for the simple fact, it's gonna bring ratings to that show. First Take.
Yeah, it's entertainment. Yeah, Stephen A. As long as it be going on, Stephen A. ain't going nowhere because we need to hear his comments every day, and we gonna hear LeBron fire back at his ass I want this shit to last. I want LeBron to
Coach.
Coach.
Hold on.
You see what Coach put down there?
Yeah.
You see what Coach put down there? Cause see, I'm gonna say this. You go ahead, Winston. I'll talk right after you.
Go ahead, John.
I was finna ask Winston what question you had for me.
What you got to say about that?
Nah, I'm finna ask Winston what question you had for me because you called my name.
I done forgot that motherfucker now. No. I remember. So we was on the whole subject, Kirk Cousins. What should the Falcons do? Trade him, cut him, put him on the bench.
Pretty much, you can't go wrong with all three. I'm gonna be honest with you because for one, I agree with Keely to his point when he was saying it could be a pro and con, have him because it can be a negative to the locker room. It could be detrimental to Michael Penix because it could be a role reversal at that point. Say for instance, Michael Penix stinking it up, he'll be looking over his shoulder like Kurt was this past year. So to me, I'm gonna have to lean toward Keely. You're gonna have to either cut him or trade him, get rid of him. You're gonna have to get rid of them just for the sake because they'll just bring more ease to Penix at the end of the day with Kirk gone.
Okay. Now we gonna jump back on Stephen A. Smith. That wasn't on my list, but there's something to talk about.
I mean, I saw that video. I was like, man, LeBron.
But okay. Now this what Coach said right there.
Yeah.
About Shaq. Now you think Stephen A. be talking junk, man? The inside the NBA crew on Thursday night, man. Look, what was that boy named? LaVelle McGee. LaVelle McGee, Zion, because I remember when they were showing Zion in a practice one time, and doggone Chuck, they asked Chuck, what you think about that? He said, it looked like me and Shaq had a baby.
Can I answer this one?
Go ahead.
Okay. What LeBron said, this, like, the bickering shit, until I found out what was actually behind, I thought it was some fuck shit. Like, you could have put that man off to the side after the game or whatever. But then when I found out what was actually behind, I stand with it. I'm a father.
Okay, what was behind it?
Let us in.
What was behind it?
So LeBron said, and I quote, I'm not snapping on him about him critiquing players. I ain't got a problem with it. Bron is a player. He's in the NBA, in the G League, whatever. I ain't got a problem with that. But when you sit there and attack my family, as in my family unit, then therefore I have an issue with it. That's just a man being a father setting up as head of household for his family.
Can you quote the attack on his family? What was it? The words?
The whole nepotism and all that other shit. But it's more so than Stephen A. have said there and said. I haven't sat there and watched all his stuff backdated, but it's more things that Stephen A. has said personally against like LeBron as a father and all the whole Bronny situation. All right. So for that, yeah, I ain't got no problem with it. You did what you're supposed to do. Because at the end of the day, like, all right, everybody's talking about the 55th pick in the NBA draft. That's 5 slides before the end of the draft. Now go look at Bronny numbers in the G League against people that was rated or picked before him. Bronny leading the entire G League in scoring.
I mean, but
what,
that goes both
18,
ways
19?
though, right? But that goes both
No,
ways.
no,
Like,
because when you sit and say the whole nepotism and all this other shit, that's going to your father influence and all that. That's outside of the player. That's outside of the player. Now, if you
so
sit there and say, hey, I don't think Bronny could be an NBA player because he's doing this, that, and the third, da, 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 that's critiquing the player. But then you say there, see him go put up 17 points.
yeah, Ty, that's what I was gonna say.
What?
He was like, it was nepotism though. Like
How?
his dad dictated the path into the league. Like he literally, and I think that's where the lines get crossed, because the exact quote that Stephen A said was that LeBron, and the way he set him up with the nepotism, with the quote talking about my son is better than half the league, he said he put too big of a target on Bronny's, on his son. That was the quote that he take his father as a shot at his fatherhood. However, I think it's fair because it's blurred lines when your father is also the de facto GM, the de facto agent, the de facto teammate. Like,
and
that's all within the realm of sports.
And the GOAT.
Look, people, you got people who say retarded stuff all the time. But the thing is, if he's, but it's all within the bounds of sports, because it just so happens his father is a teammate who also playing GM, who also playing all these other things. So,
so let me ask you this: then. If it's like strictly nepotism, right? Why didn't none of Jordan's sons get to the league?
That doesn't disqualify the fact that it's nepotism.
No. I'm just sitting there saying, why didn't none of Jordan's sons get to the league?
Maybe he didn't want to use nepotism.
Did they even
stop?
Or maybe Jordan did not want to utilize nepotism.
The cocaine played for UCFF.
Yeah, to Tidy point, Jordan didn't push that issue, so maybe he didn't want to use his nepotism. I'm pretty sure if Jordan wanted to get his son in the league, I'm pretty sure he had the power to do that.
Hadn't got drafted, he still would have made it to the G League.
If Jordan wanted his son in the league, I'm pretty sure he could have got his son in the league. I'm pretty sure he could have did the exact same thing.
His son was a bum.
How many points did Bronny average at USC? How many points did Bronny average at USC?
Well, after he had a heart attack?
Regardless. How many points did he average? Hold on. You can't use the excuse both ways. You can't.
You can. He literally had a heart attack.
Okay. So, all right. So basically, he had a heart attack. So what proof do you have as a college player that he's good? You're going to say, well, we can't find out because he had a heart attack, right? You can't use the excuse both ways. So what proof do we have that he was good in college?
Hold on. Let me ask you this.
He averaged, like 4 points? It was under 10.
Let me ask you this. Who's the leading scorer in the G League?
Matt McClung won MVP of the G League,
and
he doesn't get any burn.
I said, who was the leading scorer in the G League?
Here's you want me to explain that?
No,
you want me to explain the point? It's a moot point. The answer to your question is a moot point because the best players in the G League have not been great in the NBA. So it's a moot point. It's a moot point. Being great in the G League does not mean you'll be good in the NBA.
Why did? Because it's a double entendre. Now
it's not.
Who is the leading scorer and who is the youngest person in the G League?
Okay.
It's the same answer. It's the same answer.
And I'm waiting for the point.
And then who went to the NBA and had to score 17 points?
In a 30-point blowout. Continue.
Bro, what starter for the Lakers
when everybody else was sitting down in a 30-point blowout, but continue.
What starter for the Lakers played?
All right.
No, on some real shit. We started, and Ray,
you're taking this as evidence that the point you're making. That's what I'm trying to follow.
I am not looking at that Bucks game as any.
Like being all right.
Look, he got a chance to start with an undermanned team, and he put up 17 points. That's a flash. That's what you call a flash.
Now we got blown out.
Who was the starter on the team? Who's the starter that played?
Did Hayes start?
All right, so here's what I would say.
No, none of the starters played. The entire starting five set.
So here's my question: do you regard Brian Scalabrine? Do you regard Brian Scalabrine as a great player?
No.
He put 29 up in the game, and he's not regarded as great.
Who you say?
Brian Scalabrine, the white
Brian Scalabrine played for the Celtics.
He put up 29 in the game. Is that evident? Is that 29 points evidence that he was going to be great?
When did he put up 29?
In the NBA game.
I said when. When in his career? How many years into his career did he get 29?
January 26, 2005.
How many years had he already been in the league? That's what I'm asking.
I don't know.
You can look it up. When did he get drafted? When did he get drafted?
I don't know. I'm struggling to find the relevance here.
It's very easy.
Oh my God!
If he's a veteran, he only scores 29. That's his career high. That's a trash career. That boy put up 17 with an undermanned team against a team that recently won a NBA final.
So whether you're in year 5 or year 1 or year 12, your talent would allow you to score whatever points you're going to score, right? Okay.
Hold up. Say that again. You said whether you're in year 5, year 2, 10, year 12.
No matter the year, your talent, right? That's the basis of how you acquire points and rebounds and all this stuff. Your talent at that point, right?
Okay. So you saying hypothetically, off of what you just said, Michael Penix ceiling is what he just did this year, right? Or does he have room to grow to get better?
Is it guaranteed that he will grow?
Is it guaranteed that Penix will grow?
That's my question. Is it that's what I just asked you? Is it guaranteed that Michael Penix will get better?
There's not a guarantee for anybody until you show it. But
that's the point. So that's my point. Him scoring 17 is not an indication that he's going to be great down the line. That's the whole point.
We're not talking about down the line. We're talking about right now. Stop moving the goalposts.
I'm not. I will make the point so nobody else can accuse me of moving any goalposts.
That doesn't make sense.
Okay, so just real quick, I would just make the very point that I'm making very simple so nobody can accuse any goalpost of being moved. The point I'm making is you bringing up what he did in the
exactly, Antonio. Exactly.
Right. Okay. Well, all right. Let Tina state his point.
The point I'm making, so there's no accusation of any goalpost being moved. It is very simple. Him doing what he did in the G League is no evidence of future success because, to my point, that Millie also stated, Matt McClung was MVP. Like there's other players every single year that are clearly the best in the G League. They have scored more than anybody, this and that, and then when they get up to the NBA, they're nothing. And then the other point that I'm making is scoring 17 in the NBA game and a blowout is also
with the undermanned team. Don't forget that part. You're leaving out of context.
I'm not, because if they're undermanned, then that's more shots than he gets to take. That benefits him. I can see if your excuse was the Milwaukee Bucks.
If I'm playing against a entire starting 5 for an NBA team versus my second and third string players, I expect a blowout. That's a given. I don't care what sport you in.
One more time. If LeBron is not in the lineup, there's not an expectation that I'm going to pass up my shot to pass it to LeBron. If the starters are out, that means I get to shoot the ball more often. That's exactly what that means.
Kill it. All right, I put it to you like this, right? So let's go back to what 2022. All right, Marcus Mariota's down, Drake down, Mac Hollins down, Pitts down, Lindstrom down, McGarry down, Dahlman's down. Who was the left guard at that time? I can't even think of him.
Was it Hennessy?
Might have been Hennessy. Matthews down, Bijan's down, and I'm expecting Ritter to come in and run the score up on the starting Pittsburgh Steelers. How did that make sense?
So you're equating football to basketball.
Basketball. It's the exact same thing. A starting 5 is the same thing as starting 11.
No,
because that's the team. That's
no. See, in football,
no, brother.
I definitely know, because here's the flaw in your logic. In football, it requires blockers, right? I can't, like, in order to pass and to run, it requires blockers, right? Now
that's the same thing with basketball. You need screen setters, right? You need rim protectors, right? You need effort players, right?
All right.
So stop it, bro.
No, because if Steph just pulls from half court, what blockers were in front of him? Who set that screen? Nobody. He just pulled. So if you're getting the ball in transition, who blocked for him in transition on the fast break? Like, come on, bro.
All right, so like, let me ask you
that can't even be equated. You have to acknowledge that L. If you were so confident in your win, even though it was an L, let me
ask you this, right? So along that same line, what did Steph do with his first couple of years?
All right. You tell us what he did with the first couple of years.
Not much of shit. And he was riding the pine.
And what they got to do with anything?
The exact same thing you're sitting there talking about.
It's not at all. We're talking about shot selection. Now, what are you talking about? That's literally you talking about the exact same thing. We're talking about shot selection. But go ahead. What are you trying to talk about now?
When Steph was getting in the game and stuff, he was running with starters. There's a reason why they're starters. There's levels to this shit.
Yeah, he was a first round draft pick. The expectation is he would be in the lineup with starters. He was a first round draft pick.
Yeah.
Oh, there go Coach.
How long did it take for him to get there?
Not long. He started 77 games his rookie year. He started 77 games his rookie year.
I don't hear nothing Coach got to say, because to be honest,
Steph Curry started 77 games his rookie year.
He started what?
77 games his rookie year.
Okay. How many games
he had to wait long?
Okay, hey, now let me.
So he only missed. He only sat 3. He only did not start 3 games. He played 80. He started 77. He averaged 17.5.
17.5, right?
As a rookie.
Then what Brian did just put up? 17.
What does he average?
So
since you want to move goalposts, what does Bronny average? Since you want to do comparison.
I don't know
okay, because you just tried to equate what he scored in one game in garbage time to what Steph started as a starter average the whole season.
Wait a minute, where Matt Ryan come in this fact? Tyler, why you put Matt Ryan name in here?
Hold on, what the hell? Where'd Matt come from?
Tyler put Matt
second.
Tyler John.
We're trying to find a comparing to Matt Ryan's playoff performances and Bronny's career.
His average is Matt Ryan 2. Damn.
That man finished second.
That's not a bad career, though. That's not a bad career at all.
What?
if it's comparison to Matt Ryan, that's not a bad career.
A 2-point average. It depends on what if he's not asked to be a scorer. If he's asked to be a defensive stopper, then cool, yeah, 2 point. But
let me
you can't tout his he's tearing up, he's leading in scoring, but then say, well, 2 is good. You just bragging about him leading the league, the G League in scoring.
Bro,
let me say something.
Smith is the starter. He averaged like 4.
Let me say something about the actual
the
subject.
Leading the G League in scoring. I thought.
Let me say something about the actual subject.
But he's the youngest player in the G League
who's leading in scoring. That's what you were saying. You were touting his scoring prowess.
He's showing. No, I wasn't touting his scoring prowess.
You were talking about. You said he was leading him. You said he was leading in scoring. You said he was leading in scoring.
He is leading.
Gentlemen.
You can Google it.
Gentlemen, let's go back. Let's go back to the original point, because we've gotten way off of it, and that was about Stephen A. and LeBron.
Right.
Wasn't it? That was the first point. And see, I wanted to comment on that before we got too far straight.
You know, John, the LeBron, the little Queen fans, they always got to turn it into a GOAT conversation. And now he bringing it.
I'm steering clear. Quit jugging him in the eye. All right, Red, quit jugging the man in the eye. But I'm gonna say this: whenever you are a celebrity, a star, someone of note, someone of worth, those arrows, those slingshots, those bullets, you got to be ready. You got to be ready. You got to be ready. Those are fleas that come with the dog. I mean, look, just like I was saying about Charles Barkley with JaVale McGee, Charles Barkley with LeBron, Charles Barkley with Embiid, Charles Barkley, Shaq with Anthony Davis when he was in the wheelchair and got hurt, Charles Barkley and Shaq when they had a police presence at Staples Arena because some folk was scared that I don't know what the heck was going on, but they made a big joke about Justin Smollett when he had them 2 black dudes beat him up. Look, all of that, when you are a celebrity, when you do something, those are the arrows you got to take. And LeBron, as well as Jordan and anybody else in the National Basketball Association, the National Football League, Major League Baseball, if you're a celebrity, whatever, those are the arrows you got to take. Now, I have not seen anything. Now, you guys can correct me if I'm wrong. I have not seen anything where Stephen A. Smith has taken a personal shot at anybody in LeBron's family at all. Now, LeBron might have taken it as that, but I have not seen anything I haven't seen anything. I'm sorry. I just haven't seen anything. If you can give me a quote or you can show me something of that nature, that'll be fine. I want to see that, but I haven't seen it.
I'm gonna tell you something. So perception is in the eye of the beholder, right? The same thing you go to court. Same thing like if you go to court. You can sit there and say, I'm not guilty. But if the judge sit there and say, well, nah, your black ass did such and such and such, you guilty. Perception is in the eye of the beholder. Intention. I could intend not to offend you with whatever I said. But if you felt that I offend you, I can't change that.
Now, I understand that completely. But using your court analogy, you can be accused of doing something. It's only by the preponderance of the evidence, as well as whether it's more likely than not that you did something in court. Once the evidence is presented, once the things have been said, once everything has been brought to the fore and the evidence is weighed, then you have a verdict as to whether you are guilty or innocent. Okay.
True.
Sometimes it's just the judge. Sometimes it is the jury. Okay.
Right, let me ask you this.
And this is what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying. See, I'm still looking for what it was that triggered LeBron. Whether it was one comment, whether it was a whole bunch of comments, or whatever, I still haven't seen it. I just need to see that. I just need to see that because as Coach has been saying, Charles Barkley, because you remember Charles Barkley and LeBron had beef, okay? Because LeBron felt that Charles Barkley was trying to damage his legacy, okay? I remember that. So my thing is that he didn't come. I mean, they talked. Okay, excuse me. LeBron said something about what Charles said. Charles addressed it on TV. Said basically what Stephen A. Smith said about the situation on TV. You know, my job is to talk about this and to bring this up. If they ask me a question and they want my opinion and they pay me for my opinion, I'm going to give my opinion. Okay. If a player or someone has a problem with the opinion that I give, we can come, we can talk it out, we can find out what's going on. All right. Now, my thing is, thing is, I don't know what LeBron said. I don't know what Stephen A. Smith said on that sideline. It's only basically what they said. All right. My problem at this point is I would have preferred that two professionals, two men, if there's a disagreement about how you're handling certain things or what it is that you're saying in the heat of a basketball game, I wouldn't handle it there. Let's go to the office. Let's go someplace. Give me a minute to calm down. Let me get my thoughts together, whatever. Okay. But to approach the man there, I wouldn't have done. I wouldn't have done. You know, that might have been the way that he decided to handle it. But me, I wouldn't have done that. You know, but thing is that what I guess I need to read up. I need to put my eye on this thing a little bit closer in order to determine what it was, what happened. You know, how did LeBron come to this conclusion that he was being disrespected, that the son was being disrespected? I guess I got to look at that. But me, cause see, the thing is too, it's a lot of other people talking. A lot of other people talking besides Stephen A. Smith. Stephen A. Smith is I would say the premier sports analyst on television today. His platform carries a lot of weight, you know, and if Stephen A. Smith is talking reckless or disrespecting people or not giving people a fair shake or whatever, yeah, you definitely need to approach him. But at the basketball game, right down there on the floor, and y'all, because see, I saw it when it happened. I saw it, and Stephen A. and LeBron talking. I had no idea that it had gotten to that particular level until the next day. You know, Titus said he posted a transcript in the chat. All right, I'll take a look at that and read that and sleep on it and see what was going on with that. But I mean, and that's just my opinion on it. Hello?
Yeah, we here.
Oh man, I thought everybody would go. Man, I'm sorry. Every time I get to talk, y'all just get quiet. Be like Tombstone City.
Well, John, what we doing what William should have done earlier was get quiet and respect the host. He's talking.
Yeah, well.
I told him he owe you an apology, and he better give you one when he come back on.
Yeah, well, he tried to come back on, but I'm gonna give him the night off.
Yeah, let him cool
I'm gonna give him the night off.
He'll have some. He'll have something to say to you when he come back on next week.
All right. Well, like I said, hey, Winston, you still there, ain't you? Winston.
Yeah, Winston. Oh, he shut up.
Yeah, y'all hear me?
Oh,
yeah, I can hear you now.
Oh, all right. Hold on. I'm reading this.
You read what Tidy posted?
Nah, but I posted this in response to what you were talking about, LeBron, John. Yeah, I agree.
Okay.
He should have. I mean, I understand. Now, I'm not a big fan of Stephen A. Smith himself. I don't have a problem with LeBron having a problem with him. But yeah, going at him, and when others, I mean, lots of others have talked about you. So it's not only Stephen A. Smith. Going at Stephen A. Smith, man, it looked like a bully going at it looked like the 12th grader going at the kindergarten. Because come on now, LeBron. You could have confronted Barkley. You could have confronted all these other folks. Why? Stephen A. ain't gonna challenge you. Stephen A. ain't gonna buck. And all this Stephen A. talking about, if LeBron had swung on me, I would have laid him. Dude, Stephen A., stop, dude. You taking your brick roll from General Hospital a little too serious, my man. You are not a gangster, okay? Okay? You might play a gangster on TV, but you're not a gangster. Well, you might play one on the soap opera, but you're not a gangster, okay? LeBron would have laid you out. And like I said, LeBron had laid you out. That's probably what he wanted, Judge, because now he really would be in the victims, the victims card. Now he really would have all the sympathy if Bron had a Manny Pacquiao out his ass, because now we be looking at LeBron like the big bully, and we have to listen to Winston. He would take over the eye test for about 2 hours explaining why LeBron ain't the big bully. And of course, so that'll be more. And of course, Keely and Tidy and Coach have to come on here and retort all of Winston's comments. I just be sitting back with my popcorn, enjoying it, because ain't no point of me joining the crowd. I mean, when I got Keely, Tidy, and Coach speaking for me. So like I say, LeBron. But see, now that Stephen A. keeps talking about it, and see, that what happened, John. Stephen A. went on a little press tour after the confrontation. I think that's what teed LeBron up to where he did his little interview earlier today. Because yeah, Stephen A. he took that confrontation and had a ball with it. And
yeah, he parlayed that conversation. And I mean, okay, that brings eyes to your platform. That brings eyes to you. That brings advertisement to you, because now everybody's tuning in to what it is that you're saying. And what you doing, you just milk that cow until it don't have no milk in it. Just like Tidy just said. Hey, he made it into content. Yeah.
LeBron, you pretty much set up Stephen A. to get paid off of your confrontation. Because as big a name as you are, everywhere he goes, people are gonna ask him about this. No matter where he goes, he can go on Good Morning America, Dateline, NBC, the Sunday morning with the guy on ABC, wherever he goes, 60 Minutes, Real Time with Bill Maher, wherever he goes, somebody's gonna ask him about this LeBron incident. So and he's gonna keep talking about it. He has his own show on YouTube. He's gonna speak about it there. Everybody whose podcast he goes on gonna ask him about it. So yeah, and the fact that the NBA season is going on right now, and the playoffs about to start, and he's on TV every day talking about the NBA. This right here is gonna go on for the next few months. And after LeBron did his little interview today, man, I get they want this to keep going.
I mean.
And now, like you battling each other on social media right now. LeBron posting something. Like he was right. I looked on LeBron's Twitter. He just Instagram page. He did just post this about Stephen A. pretending like he about to prepare to box him. And who knows? Like Stephen A. about to talk about this tomorrow on his show.
Yeah, I can hear you now. Winston.
Yeah, can y'all hear me?
Yeah.
Hear you. What you got?
Y'all hear nothing I just said?
No.
Oh, you were talking when I was saying something?
Yeah. No, I didn't. Hey, we couldn't hear you, Winston.
Hey, Ray, man, I ain't gonna lie to you, man. I'm getting hot as your way. I'm like, Ray.
Oh, no, we could not hear you, Winston. Red had started talking, I was listening to Red.
And allowed me to say my piece, Winston. I should have known. Hell, you right, John. I should have known that wasn't it.
Hey, John, look, I'm gonna take a screenshot and I'm gonna text it to you.
Okay.
I'm gonna text it to you and you read it. Because if I leave off of this, then it cut my mic off.
Hey, screenshot it after the show so you can stay on.
No, it take 2 seconds. I just want you to read it.
Oh, I didn't. Oh, okay. Because see, Winston, we could not hear you at all. It was just quiet.
Yeah, I know that. That's why I'm a screenshot and send to you.
I thought you.
Okay.
I thought you were feeling me, Winston. I thought you were giving me the platform. I should have known better. Go ahead. What's your response?
He's screenshotting right now. So
okay.
But I mean, as far and someone had mentioned the fact that I think it was Winston that mentioned the fact that LeBron could cancel Stephen A. No, I don't. I would say no. I would say definitely not.
You can't cancel him.
No, yeah, I can hear you now. We can hear you now.
100 million to 1.4 billion. Who you going with?
Oh, well, first of all, I'm on LeBron's side on this. To me, Stephen A. messed up when he kept the thing going. He should have just took that hit and went on by the business. Why you keep talking about it?
Let that shit lay down.
LeBron, now the fact LeBron went on Pat McAfee and did a whole interview, man, this thing better keep going.
But look, here the wild thing.
I'm glad we got the win tonight, go boy. I would have hated to get a loss after he done been on Pat McAfee earlier today. And we didn't get that win tonight. Ooh, boy.
But watch this too, though. Hold on. Pat McAfee is on ESPN, ain't it?
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. All right. Ain't that Stephen A's well, not his company, but that's his home.
That's a network, but I think Pat McAfee is
oh, they are two different. They are two different.
Yeah, those two different shows.
They are two different.
Pat McAfee to air his show. Pat McAfee not changing nothing, but his show ain't changed. It's just ESPN is paying him money to air his show on their network.
Understandable, but also y'all under the same umbrella, right? Okay. So why do you interview LeBron before you interview Stephen A. Smith?
They probably
that was a choice he made.
Yeah. Then think about it. LeBron had a game today.
Okay.
And you got LeBron to come in this morning to do
LeBron obviously wanted to get on Stephen A's ass.
You see what I'm saying? So if he really wanted to push the issue, he can cancel.
No, I don't
know if he can cancel him, but he can straight dog him out every day because LeBron can pretty much go on a different platform every day.
If LeBron go to ESPN and sit there and say, "Hey, look, hold
on, Winston, hold up, Billy.
If LeBron go to
nobody care about your budget. Hold up, Winston. You come out them 2 regular season games, Millie. I want you to think. Y'all finna just say one word and give it back to Winston. 2009. 5 games. Okay, buddy? Thank you. Go ahead, Winston.
Lakers in 5.
Yeah, right. Lakers in 5, baby. Orlando Magic, Trick Magic, Magic City, Lakers in 5.
Drop acid, Lakers in 5.
Kobe in your ass, Lakers in 5.
Now, if LeBron goes up to Disney and sit there and tell him, "Hey, look, I'm cutting out my rights for y'all to show my highlights."
No, they can't do that. They can't do that. Those highlights belong to the NBA. Those highlights belong to the NBA.
If LeBron called ESPN,
yes, they can. No.
Hold on.
No, that belongs to the NBA.
Yeah,
They don't belong to LeBron.
That belongs to the NBA. LeBron
That belongs to the NBA.
He is different.
Hold on.
You make it stop Stephen A. talking about it.
In players' contracts, you sign a licensing deal. He can't go dispute that shit and get that shit wiped off. So who is the bigger draw?
No.
Yes, he can. Yes, he can.
How would that look?
No.
When that look petty on LeBron's part?
It's just like the NFL, Major League Baseball, soccer. I mean, that belongs to the league. Do you wait a minute? Do you remember at the end of every game? Hold up.
Part of your contract.
Hey.
Press availability and all this stuff is part of your contract. Now, LeBron has $1.4 billion, right? Do you not think he will sit there and be willing to take a couple $1 million hit to get him canceled?
He's gonna be taking.
No. Let's go back. Let's go back to who owns the rights to his highlights. Okay, the National Basketball Association owns his highlights.
No, it doesn't. All right.
Yeah. So I'm trying to tell you. Because see, look, every time they go off, every time the NBA goes off, every time the NFL goes off, and every time Major League Baseball goes off, it said rebroadcast rights are the property of the National Basketball Association, Major League Baseball.
That's for the game. True.
No. Those are highlights.
True.
Highlights part of the game.
John, you're not catching what I'm saying.
I may not be, but
in any player contract, you sign off for your highlights to be used.
No.
Yes, it's part of your contract.
No.
John,
okay, wait a minute. All right. Let me Google that right quick.
Yeah, John, I'm with you. I'm lost right there. I ain't know that.
Google that right quick.
It's part of your contract.
But even if that is true, that's a bad play. I wouldn't go that. I mean, I'm trying. My battle is with Stephen A. Smith. I'm not going that route.
All right, so if I ultimately want to crush him, and I go rebel against the NBA, who you think you're gonna cancel? LeBron or Stephen A?
I'm saying, why are you rebelling against your own company though? That your beef is with Stephen A, not the NBA.
You're not catching what I'm saying though. If he really wanted to push the issue and he took it that far, then who you gonna choose? LeBron or Stephen A?
I'm sure most folks look, if it came down to anybody choosing LeBron or Stephen A on probably anything, it would probably be LeBron. Because I can't think of too many folks. I mean, what you gonna choose, Stephen A. Smith, and let's talk? If it's like, okay, who we gonna choose to run our mouth? LeBron.
So, like I said an hour ago, if LeBron really wanted to push the issue, he could.
Yeah, I said he can push any issue. It don't even have to be the NBA highlights issue. You can push any issue, and he probably win.
I'm not sitting there saying Tyler that he owned the rights.
Oh, you talking to Tyler?
He signed off on the rights. So if he pushed back in it, he can push back on it.
Tyler, you probably need to come on and have this discussion with
No, I mean, hell, all right. So like y'all said, they say NFL own the rights and all that shit, whatever, right? All right. So, Madden, right? For a player to be on Madden, they got to send a script out to the players. Current player, past players. They have to sign off on them being put into the game. It's the same thing with an NBA or NFL contract.
Now that's different. That's different.
It's not different. It's the same
that's different.
Thing.
Because the reason why
in the NBA or NFL contract, it starts up there and it trickles down to that point. So if he pushed,
I have to disagree.
Okay,
I have to disagree on that one because see the thing about a video game is
You are signing just like the NIL deals right now. Name, image, and likeness deals
I can still hear y'all. I'm gonna switch over and I'm gonna Google. I can still hear you. Go ahead.
Yeah, the name, image, and likeness deals are different from actual game highlights and game and videos of the game. That is different. That is way different because see, that's what the college players were suing for because they were using those people's names, image, and likeness in football games, and they weren't even getting paid for it. Okay. Now, I don't know. I think the NCAA owns some but no, I can't really say about the NCAA, but I know Major League Baseball, the NFL, and the NBA, they have a disclaimer at the very end of the game saying that you cannot show this. Nobody else can see this without express permission from the NBA, NFL, Major League Baseball. You have to get permission from them. They own that. They own that. But as far as video games are concerned, video games, that's a whole different animal. That's a whole different animal. That's why right now, I don't think you can, I was about to bring this up what Tidy just said. You cannot bring up Bill Belichick or a likeness of Bill Belichick on a Madden game.
Hey, do y'all hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now. I can hear you now.
Hey, John,
Wilson, you keep going. I don't know what happened.
yeah,
You know,
cause I switched over, Google something. I just screenshot you exactly what I just said.
Okay. Where you send it on a message?
I text you.
Okay.
And what did I say, John?
All right. Now I'm gonna read all of it.
Yeah,
and I guess you asked who owns the rights or whatever. It said, yes, NBA players typically sign over their rights to the NBA to allow the league to use their game footage and highlights for various purposes, including broadcasting and marketing. It says, here's a more detailed explanation. Copyright ownership. The NBA, as the owner of the league's intellectual property, holds the copyright to game footage and highlights. Okay, player agreements. As part of their contracts, NBA players typically agree to allow the league to use their images and performances in broadcast, marketing materials, and other media. Licensing. The NBA then licenses these rights to broadcasters, media outlets, and other entities for commercial use. Fair use. While the NBA holds the copyright, there are exceptions under fair use for limited non-commercial use of short clips for commentary, criticism, or news reporting. Okay, seeking permission. That's just a little bit. I'm gonna see if I can read all that. If you want to use NBA footage for any purpose beyond fair use, you need to obtain permission from the NBA. Okay, so now,
like I said, he's signing his rights over, right?
Right.
So therefore, he can push against that, right?
But okay,
so
now Winston. Once he signed his rights over, it's over.
Not necessarily.
Wait a minute. Now, if he signed his rights over to the NBA, it's over.
Over with.
If you sign your rights over,
I'm about to Google.
Okay. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. If you signed your rights over, and it says NBA players typically sign over their rights to the NBA to allow the league to use their game footage and highlights for various purposes, including broadcasting and marketing. If you signed that right over, you have no right to determine how that's used anymore. You signed it over.
And like I say, why would he go down that avenue to get revenge on Stephen A. Smith? If I want to go after him, I'm gonna go around I'm gonna pick another path. I ain't gonna go down the path where I'm gonna be like disliked. But you say it's all worth it. He can take a couple of hits. Man, them hits unnecessary.
But I mean, he can't do nothing because he signed his rights over.
Yeah, I'm saying he can go after Stephen A. another way.
Yeah,
like I mean, like he did on the Pat McAfee show today.
He can go on the same tour that Stephen A. went on. Exactly. He accuses Stephen A.
That's what I was telling Winston. Look, if it was between Stephen A. and LeBron, if LeBron want to go on a tour and start talking trash across these different shows and networks, you're right. I would pick LeBron on that because more people gonna give him the mic, probably more time. They probably gonna be happy. I mean, what if LeBron tomorrow all of a sudden showed up on Charmaine the Breakfast Club? All of a sudden LeBron on the Breakfast Club talking about Stephen A. Don't you think Charmaine and Jess Hilarious and the other girl Jess Hilarious was beefing with last week? Don't you think they'd be happy that LeBron?
Oh yeah, they would be ecstatic that he showed up. And see, this, you know what this reminds me of? Jim Everett and Jim Rome.
Oh Lord. Jim just had to say it one more time. Oh,
I don't know why that man sit up there and poke the bear.
Oh God.
I don't know why that man poked the bear. You call me Chrissy one more damn time. And he did it.
Yeah.
And Jim Rome wrote that interview to start. He got on the back of that horse, glued his butt to the seat, glued the seat to the horse back, and rolled that on into start. You know, cause Jim Rome
was starting before that.
No, Jim. I would say not.
Oh yeah, because he shows. I remember when I first started watching, he was starting as a man.
Yeah,
Jim Everett slapped that man so hard.
Yeah,
go a bit. You remember he ain't had no face hair then.
No, he didn't. He did.
Had no face hair then. And then afterward, he got the little mustache thing going on. But So it says it's hard for them to get out of it. Does not say they cannot get out of it. So LeBron.
Okay. Now, all right. I see what you just posted. All right. Once a player signs their rights over to the NBA for using their highlights and game footage, it's generally considered a non-negotiable agreement, and they cannot easily get out of it. The NBA has the legal right to enforce these copyrights and can take action against unauthorized use of their footage. Okay. Now.
So, like I said, if LeBron really wanted to push the issue, he can get it done.
But would you? I mean, going against.
He just went on the tour.
I'm not sitting there saying would he or would he not. I'm saying if he did want to, he can.
Well, I think he do.
Okay, now, okay. If his now, I'm just gonna present a scenario. Suppose LeBron gets so pissed dog on Stephen A. I want it. I'm going to get it. I'm gonna pull all of my stuff off of the NBA, and I'm going to sue them to get out of this. What's gonna cost the most to LeBron? Will it be worth it to even do that to try to get at Stephen A?
Be honest.
That's what I keep saying, John. That ain't working when you can just keep going on these tours and on these shows and keep dogging his ass out. Man,
let's be honest though.
Dogging his butt out so hard because you got the head.
What is $100 million to a man that got 1.4 billion?
Okay, nothing. But
see what I'm saying? His whole contract is finished now.
But
so if he really wanted to push the issue, he could do it. That's all I was sitting there saying from Jump Street.
But would you take on Disney that's worth $200 billion?
Right.
Because that's who Stephen A. works for.
LeBron ain't bigger than Walt Disney.
Disney, he would go at the NBA.
But
How much the NBA worth?
What you're doing, okay, if you come at Stephen A., can you sue him personally in his role as sportscaster? Because see, you coming after ESPN.
Yeah, you can sue him for slander.
That's what I'm talking about.
But okay, and see, yeah, you're gonna have to prove slander. And see, now that's a very slippery slope. That's really a very slippery slope.
All I gotta do is sit there and all right. So when Stephen A. went off of basketball and started talking about him as a father, that's slander. Point blank, period. That's slander. There's no getting around that. That is slander. Legally.
Now, and you know what? Because Winston? You know what, Winston? I do remember when Stephen A. did address what it was that he said. I can't remember. I can't remember. I do remember.
The biggest point of contention is Stephen A. sitting there saying that LeBron is a nepotism baby.
That Bronny
is. Therefore, you nationally address him as being a
Tidy,
type of father.
You meant billion, right? You had to be.
Well, wait a minute. Repeat that, Winston. I didn't hear all of it.
All right. So when the biggest point of contention is when Stephen A. sat and said that Bronny is a nepotism baby. And the only reason he's in the league is because of his father. Right?
Okay.
So therefore, you're getting off the player and you're talking about the father. Now you're talking about the family unit. That's slander. That's slander.
See, I can't,
because Stephen A's scenario and his premise is supposed to be sports based. His podcast is to be wide open, like ours. But on ESPN, on First Take, it's supposed to be sports based. It's not supposed to be family based unless it pertains to the actual sport. And
okay.
Him saying that he's beneath the sport and he's not able to get there on his own merits. And the only reason he got there is because his father pulled strings. That goes into slander. So if LeBron actually wanted to prove that point, he could prove it in a court of law easily. And there's national video of it. So if he actually wants to push the pill down the road, he could do it. That's what I'm sitting there saying.
Okay. Now that's what I'm going to say about that is this: if you go to court and they get one person or a cadre of witnesses from both sides, one saying that it was nepotism, one saying that it wasn't. No, that wasn't nepotism. When you go to court, if it was nepotism and you found it out in that court trial,
it wouldn't work out though.
Why not?
Court trial.
All right, so
because wait a minute. Didn't DiCaprio sue his wife or ex-wife about
that's more in red realm.
I'm trying to think. Didn't Leonardo DiCaprio sue his ex-wife about how she was talking about him in public or something of that nature? It was something that was going on.
I think he had one of his exes sign an NDA because she wanted to talk about some of his personal issues, and he wasn't about to let that happen.
Okay,
I see that.
I can't remember.
Though. That's different because that's his ex-wife. See what I'm saying? She's inside the scenario.
Well, when you're in court,
with all this law stuff, you got us in the court.
Hold on. I'm gonna show you exactly. All right. So I'm a director for a solar company, right? That's what the whole reason why I'm up here in West Virginia.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Okay. You talking about yourself?
Yeah. All right.
You said
hey, Winston. Wilson, we need to talk. I want me some. I think I want me some solar too. Shit.
Hey, I can get you solar.
I ain't know where he was going there for a minute.
They ain't a problem at all. No upfront costs, no installation fees, none of that stuff. We'll talk. I got you.
Yeah. All right.
So.
Oh, Johnny Depp. I'm sorry, Red. It was Johnny Depp.
Oh yeah. He took his girl to court. Oh yeah. He won too.
Yeah. I'm sorry, y'all. That was Johnny Depp. I don't know why I got Leonardo DiCaprio from.
We ain't gonna talk about what she did in the bedroom though.
No.
All right. So
I don't want to puke John out.
No, what our scenario up here. So we got permits to operate here in a company's towns and city, right? All right.
Mm-hmm.
Now the permits was already filed, paid for, all that stuff, and the neighbors, because they're not used to people coming around and come talk to them and stuff, they said they made a whole Facebook group, all the stuff. Shit got on the news. Like legit got on the news. Right? Okay. Soon as we saw it was on the news, we got our legal team involved. They took this shit down. We suing the counties for slander. And we about to win that. In like 6 counties. That's millions of dollars.
Yeah, because they hurt your business.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
That's the same thing Stephen A. Smith did. So there's no difference. Because he was sitting there trying to talk to him. He started off talking about Bronny as a player. And if you remember, his rhetoric changed. Because at first he was like, Bronny, he's going to be all right, this, that, and the third, da. Then Bronny had a heart attack. Then that's when he started pushing them. Towards the end of Bronny season after the heart attack, I don't think he's going to be a good player, this, that, and the third, da. Bronny get drafted. Not in the lottery, not in the middle of the first round, not at the end of the first round. He was the 5th to last pick. Now, if you go do the actual research and go look at his numbers compared to other players that were drafted before him that are in the G League, he topped all of them.
Okay, now
that's slander, bro.
Okay, I
done dealt with the law system too long. I know the ins and outs. I'm telling you, that's slander. If he really wanted to push the issue, he could. Right now, he just shooting shots at him.
We don't went from ESPN to an episode of LA Law. We got us in the courtrooms now. This thing ain't going that far. LeBron just need to keep doing his tour and keep going on these shows and talking shit about Stephen A. and dare Stephen A. to come back with something.
And make as much make as much money
as
they can.
You're right.
Well, yeah, Stephen A. gonna make the money, John.
Opinion based on publicity within your realm isn't slander. When you get outside of sports, that's slander. His realm is literally sports journalism. So when he's sitting there and talk about LeBron getting him in the league and shit, that's slander. When he sit there and talk about like I ain't going no further with it. I'm not going no further. All I can tell you this: if he took his ass to court, he'll stand up. That much I do know.
Coach want to know how come he didn't confront Shaq with this?
Because Shaq was talking about him as a player.
Oh, okay.
Well, gentlemen,
Ain't nobody stressing over that. You feel how you like same way we sit there and critique a player. You feel however you feel. Ain't no problem with that. Ain't no problem with that. It ain't Shaq ain't never sitting there say, well, hell, you out here on the road and Savannah out at home doing da. Like, nah, it ain't go past
nobody
beyond what he doing
talks
on
about
the court.
Queen Vanna. I got her in the category with Queen Elsa. I wouldn't even talk about her in front of me. I mean, I may not like LeBron, but his wife, boy, he chose a good one.
Yeah, he did.
Well, gentlemen,
a great one. I mean, that's the type of wife you choose when you got the plans to be the type of guy he is. That's the type of wife you need. Good job, LeBron. I'm so proud of you. Like I say, off the court, you my dude. On the court,
that's literally what he did. He made it form a defamation that involved false spoken statement about someone that harms their reputation. So when he spoke about him as a father, and when he spoke about his family unit, that's the slander.
You know, Savannah told him to do that. He said, "Boy, you better next time you see Stephen A, you better give him a piece of your mind and tell him a few things for me."
Well, gentlemen, we have reached my end. I got to get up a little bit early in the morning. So, Red, since Tidy didn't want to come on, and Keely left, and James left. Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. I got a lawsuit I got to file. I got a countersuit I got to file.
Sorry, I'll defend you.
No, hey. He gonna tell me I stole some Bird Gang intellectual property. I know that's what's gonna happen. So, hey, I plead habeas corpus, non compos mentis, all of those Latin terms. I plead all that. You know,
the baddest lawyer that I know.
You don't need Deacon Thornton taking the case.
The baddest lawyer that I know is Joe Morrison, and I got him on speed dial. I got you.
Oh, I appreciate it. I sure appreciate it. Red, what you doing this weekend, man?
Man, what I'm doing, fellas?
Probably relaxing. I'll soon your ass too. Shit, fucking let's go.
First of all, let me give a shout out to my boy Winston. Good friend early to me today when I was probably going through some emotions about my brother. He was in the hospital. John, you too. Told you earlier about it. Just want to thank you guys because this was a good distraction tonight. Appreciate you guys' friendship. Love you. Thanks for having me on. Like I say, I'll definitely give you guys an update when I check on my bro tomorrow. I'm gonna try to make it up. I'm gonna try to make it down there to Grady John. I don't really go down there too. Yeah. I'll try to make it down and see if I can find me a bulletproof vest or something. But
when last time you been to Grady?
Oh, well, whew.
Look, hey,
before the remodeling.
Yeah, you won't recognize it, Red.
I know.
You won't recognize
it. But anyway, thank you two guys for the distraction tonight. Thanks for having me. This Saturday I'll be on my show, hopefully. Saturday mornings, Red and Rev, 11 a.m. on my Facebook page. Monday through Fridays, Sunday through Fridays. And once again, fellas, good episode of iTest. I enjoyed myself. Thanks for having me. Can't wait to do it again.
All right. Hey, Winston, what you got?
Hey, man. Big shout out to everybody that came through tonight on the panel. Red, Coach, James. Shout out to William Amon. Hey, brother, like, I ain't even shooting no shot at you.
He did say he was sorry now. He did apologize.
That's what I say. I'm not even gonna shoot a shot at him. Hey, brother, I know life be lifing, and you just needed a vent. Yeah. There's a time and place for everything. But the door is always open. The door is always open, brother. Ain't no love lost. Ain't no love lost at all. You feel me? And I appreciate you getting back in the comment and explaining your situation. That's some grown man shit. Coach Keely coming through. Everybody in the chat, thank y'all. Y'all kept us rolling throughout the night. I mean, it's hard to do a 4-hour show, and without y'all, it's not possible. Honestly, otherwise we be sitting here talking to a damn wall. But catch
sure you
us
figure
next
something
Wednesday.
to
Huh? What'd you say?
I'm sure you figure out something to say. Don't worry.
Yeah. But thank y'all. Catch us next Wednesday, every Wednesday, 10 p.m. Same bat time, same bat channel. Oh, shout out to Atlanta Bergen. Hey, big shout out to homie Taddy. Thank you, brother. Everybody that's
All
not
right, y'all. I'm
subscribed,
out. I'll see y'all later.
subscribe.
All right, Red.
Definitely subscribe, show the love, run up the comment. Catch us. We start off with fact content. Ain't no telling where we're gonna go, where we're gonna end up at, but you're gonna enjoy the ride of your time. Thank y'all.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen.
We're tired of having we going to goddamn Judge Judy. Don't worry about it.
Oh no. Oh boy.
I
Better than
think she's
Maury
somewhere
Povich.
around this motherfucker anyway. Don't worry about it. We're going to Judge Judy.
Hey, as long as I don't have to go between them, that husband and wife judge, Jesus Christ, or that child, or that paternity judge, I'll be okay. I really will be okay. But ladies and gentlemen, as Winston said, we appreciate you guys spending your Wednesday night, early Thursday morning with us. As our format is, we might start in Richmond and end up in Saskatchewan. Ain't no darn telling. But you're going to enjoy the ride. And Millie Mills, Ty Tonio, Tyreek, Coach. Man, I hadn't seen Miss Lady in here in a while. I called her Winston and asked her why she don't want to hang out with us no more.
Miss B.
Yeah.
Man, Miss B out there living life.
And yeah, let me see who all, man. We had a lot of people in. And Millie Mills, all of you guys, we really appreciate you guys tuning in. And we'll see you next week.
Hold on. Hey John.
Yes.
What was that highest count in the chat?
I think it was about 19.
Okay.
I think about 19.
Everybody that was in here, share, tell your friend, tell a friend, tell a friend. We're trying to grow the thing, trying to get in the algorithm. We're working hard, we're working diligently, just trying to make this thing work. Appreciate y'all.
And on that note, it's time for some crab legs. I'll see y'all later. Bye-bye.